Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
The song, he's on the microphone.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with
phone numbers. You can text us at 916-339-1140. Call us at 1-800-920-1140. You can subscribe at YouTube. Just go to the Sacktown Sports 1140 page. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up to make MC and everybody else happy. And we're off. Good morning, Jason. How are ye?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Kings won?
Yeah.
I'm happy. Despite De'Aaron Fox. Now, hold on. I'm joking. Okay, I don't want to do that already. I don't want to do that already, says the guy that said that already. It's one game, but let's put it this way. I think we can all agree it was good to see Foxy out there shooting better and scoring and looking like the old De'Aaron Fox, because of all the Fox banter going around. The one that I think was the most legitimate is, God, is he this? So is he injured this badly that this is how it's going to be the rest of the year? And, you know, he's going to be shooting 28% and 14 points a night type of thing. And I think we saw at least last night that it was the Nets. I get it. But, you know, he has the ability to score and score efficiently. And that was a big relief.
It's time to trade him. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Bench him, trade him, all of it.
Uh-huh. You're gonna get me in trouble. How are things back there? How's the office? How's everybody there? Anything new, interesting, exciting? I miss Sacramento. I really do. I miss it already. So anything to report?
We finally got that espresso machine.
That happened, and we moved. We moved stations. We moved buildings.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. Here, just for you guys and our YouTubers, I sent our let me center that there. I sent our office manager. I took a video of the coffee machine that we have out here in the office. I literally sent her a video of me making a hot chocolate, and it is so amazing. It's so quick. Everyone loves it. I don't know how much it is. I'm sure it's expensive, but I don't know if you guys can see that and just how easy that was. Just, you know, you could get mochas and Americanos, hot chocolates, flat whites, and it's just easy. You hit a button and it fills up your little muggy and you're good to go. That's what we need.
Well, there's space in here next to the hot plate.
I mean, you know, our coffee situation kind of sucks. We have these two thermosy looking things that you got to make in this industrial coffee maker, and it's one of those things where I took my finger one time because I was washing out. I wanted to wash the thermos out. So I took my finger, though, right before I started washing it, and I ran it along the inside of the, you know, it's one of those tall, I don't know, thermal coffee, you know, industrial coffee holders where you push down on the top and it squirts all the coffee into your cup. And I ran my finger just along the inside, and it honestly looked like I had motor oil on it. It just was not
gross.
great. Very gross, and that's what everyone's drinking. So, I wouldn't mind that. I also wouldn't mind an icy machine.
Oh, how about that?
Wouldn't
Soft
that be
serve?
great? Like a soft serve machine, an icy machine. How about you?
For those
Honestly,
milkshake machines.
oh, I know in AM/PM and Chevron, right? Where
Yeah.
what are those called? I know what you're talking about. It's like a little Ben and Jerry's thing, and you
What?
put it. Yeah,
You haven't seen one of those?
No.
Oh yeah. You take they have like a freezer section with all these like Ben and Jerry sized flavors, and then you rip the top off and you put it in the machine, and it takes it in and it swirls it around. It takes about a minute, and then it hands it back to you, and it's basically like think of it like a Blizzard sort of consistency, and boom, you have fresh milkshake.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, now
Intrigued.
I will say this: I bought the Ninja Creamy about CREAMI about 6 months ago, and it's one of my favorite gadgets I use now. My outside freezer has all kinds of pints of different flavored frozen ice cream starters, and you just throw it in that sucker and you blend it up twice, and you've got yourself basically soft serve. Whether it's I have a bag of the mix that makes the Dole Whip, but we also have chocolate, pistachio, and they're all like, we use Fairlife, the protein shake. So it's like every time I eat one of these, it's like 50 calories and like 3 chicken breasts worth of protein. They're phenomenal. But I want to make a controversial statement, since this is the blah. I think this is a good place for it.
Careful.
Would I be, is anyone in my camp when I say the following? Icy, less than sign, Slurpee.
No, that's not controversial.
You don't think so?
What's the difference?
I think, well, first
If you
off,
know, you know.
Yeah. Slurpee, I think, has better
I don't know.
flavors.
That's why I'm asking.
There's better flavors. There's more diverse flavors
Yes.
with a Slurpee, number one. And number two, icy, I mean, not to be funny, but it really is more like the name. Like it's not a snow cone,
Right.
but it's more snow coney than a Slurpee, which is more like a slushy.
Yeah, I think if you took a straw to an icy and a straw to a Slurpee, and it maybe is just starting to melt just a little bit, and you slurped, you took a drink from the icy, it would take out more of the liquid or the flavoring and leave
That's
it
right.
just ice than the Slurpee would.
You're never going to slurp an icy, or excuse me, you're never going to slurp a Slurpee and have that like stupid icy hole where your straw sucked up all the flavoring, and then all that's left is like ice and a straw hole. Slurpee is more blended.
Yeah, I think I will. No, not controversial. Agree 100%.
Okay. And I love, like, when I walk in and I see it's a summer day, and I happen to be in a 7-Eleven, and if they've got both cherry and Coca-Cola flavor going on, I'm just sitting there, mixing them up, and they just kind of fluff up. And then the trick is, see, the rookie move is, and I can't tell you how many people I've seen do this, actually probably not a lot, but I've seen some, where they'll take the Slurpee cup and they'll fill it with Slurpee, and they fill it right to the brim, and then they put the lid on, that kind of like domed lid with the hole in it for the straw. And what you have to do is you put the lid on the Slurpee cup first, and then you stick the Slurpee hole into the Slurpee giver, and then you pull it down, and not only do you get the full cup, but you also get the whole domed lid worth of Slurpee at the same thing with icy, by the way.
Yeah.
Come on, Rooks.
Get it together. Know what you're doing.
Yeah. A bunch of Sean Rooks out there.
Oh, wow. R.I.P.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Sean
probably
Rooks?
like maybe
No.
like 15 years ago. Man.
What?
Yeah.
How the hell? Well, I shouldn't ask these questions. Oh, 2016.
Okay,
I
maybe
know.
not 15 years ago.
It's so random. When
Feels like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Heart disease. Wow. Ricks died of heart disease in Philadelphia, June 7, 2016, hours after interviewing for a job on the Knicks coaching staff. God, I remember him in Arizona too. Not really an easy way to get off of that subject, but it's kind of that subject, just the opposite. By the way, R.I.P. Sean Rooks.
Yeah.
Alan Alda, you remember in Celebrity Birthdays, turned 89 yesterday. You want to hear something super cool? I went on this rabbit hole afterwards, right? Now, MASH, the TV, it was a little bit before my time, right? And Alan Alda is famous from his role on MASH. But I know of it, and we all know of MASH and how big it was, and the finale had like Super Bowl numbers and all that. Anyways, if you guys know anything about MASH, right? There's Alan Alda who played Hawkeye. There's Gary Berghoff, he was Radar, the guy with the glasses. Loretta Swit was Margaret Houlihan, you know, the
Hot Lips.
blonde. Yeah, Hot Lips Houlihan. Thank you. Mike Farrell played BJ. Jamie Farr played the
Klinger.
The Klinger, the guy that was trying to get. It's actually funny to think about it. Guys trying to get booted out of the army by cross-dressing.
Yeah.
And then, so anyways, I started looking down this list. Jason, they're all still alive.
I don't think Loretta Swift is.
I looked at Loretta Swift. She's 87.
Oh, is she?
She's 87. Okay.
I
Gary
know
Berghoff.
Jamie Farr is still alive.
Right. So let's see. Berghoff is 81. He's the baby. The guy who played BJ, he is 85. Jamie Farr is 90. The only one I saw, the major player that passed away, was David Ogden Steers, who he passed back in 2018. And there's some, Harry Morgan's long gone, and I mean he was old on the show. But I was like, wow. Almost everybody on the MASH cast is still alive, and they're all in their mid to high 80s and a couple in the 90s. Good for them.
The MASH.
By the way, you know what? I think I've asked this on the show before. It's a great trivia question. So MASH is as famous for the theme song as it is for the show itself. You know what the name of the theme song was? There was actually a name to it.
Oh, wait, I do. I don't have it in my head.
Suicide is painless.
Suicide is painless. That is the name of the theme song. And honestly, wait, was that saxophone? I don't think that was saxophone. I was going to say that would definitely have to be on Mount Saxmore.
Yeah.
If it was. Steve. That was back when we had themes to TV shows that meant something.
Yes. That were identifiable.
Right. Do any shows have themes now, or does it just have the stinger for the show in the beginning, and then it's like the name of the show, the title screen, and directed by Dick Wolf or whatever, and then they just go into the show? We're talking. Dong 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 dong. Is that what you were doing?
No, I was doing Law and Order. You did.
Oh, sorry.
Same thing.
But Night Court, Law and Order. Law and Order is just ding ding. Well, no, Law and Order is a theme. Family Ties, Good Times. I mean, I could go on for like 9 years, but these are classic.
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Family Ties. Growing Pains. Perfect Strangers.
Dinosaurs.
I know it's like taboo, so apologies, but we all lived through a time where the biggest show on television was the Cosby Show, right? And you'll remember every season they would update the theme to the Cosby Show with a new dance thing and all that. And people would wait as much for that as the damn show itself to see what the new Cosby Show theme was.
Wait, you would be talking about what the new theme?
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely. Because it was always the same tune, but it would be a different, a remix. And then there'd be as the kids got older, there'd be a different dance thing and a theme and all that. Right, Jason? You were there.
You're right. I remember that. That's definitely a true thing. Welcome
back, Cotter. All right. We could honestly do this forever. We'll take a break. The Kings beat Brooklyn last night. You want to know what a really bad situation between a team and a player is? Look no further than Miami and Jimmy Butler. There's new developments there. And we had some coaches introduced, including the Raiders introducing Pete Carroll. We got the Jags. We got the Cowboys. We got audio from all that. But when we get back, we'll lead it off with our top stories next.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
They take the shot clock violation. The turnover will give the Nets possession, but this game is all but decided. 4.9 seconds remaining. And after losing back-to-back games that was up some consternation for Doug Christie and the Kings, they bounce back with a victory tonight, 110-96. And the woes for Nets continue. They've now lost 7 consecutive games. They've lost 11 straight on their home floor. Their record is 14-33. The Kings improved their record to 2 over 500 at 24-22 with this victory.
I had full confession. I had a thing last night in New York, and because I wanted to try to go to the game, but I had a thing I had to do, and I wasn't able to get to a TV until just the very start of the third quarter, and I was like, "What? Really? It's 54-47 at the half, Nets, like." And I think it was right around that type of lead at the beginning of the third. And I was thinking, oh God. And honestly, this is the worst thing about this job. And I love the job, but this is honestly the worst is as a Kings fan, I want to have my own special freak out. But also I'm like, oh God, if they lose, I just 100% tomorrow is just going to suck. You know what's on the show. And it's just going to be a free for all. And people, it's going to be like a, people just throwing poo at each other and just terrible, right? And then you watched and it was like, okay, they're winning, but it's a 2-point lead, it's a 5-point lead. Well, Jason, good teams win, great teams cover. The line yesterday was 10.5. The Sacramento Kings. Yeah, light work for them. Just like they drew it up, 110-96. That's a 14-point win. And I know that there are some out there that be like, well, you should have beat them. Well, yeah, I should have beat them. Well, it was too close for too long. Who cares? They won by 14. Tis what it is. A win is a win. And they snapped their mini 2-game losing streak. I think, 11-4 under Doug Christie and off to Philadelphia now.
Yeah, I mean – here's where the difference to me in the way the game, like I didn't like the first half at all. I didn't think they played very well at all. I mean, there was just a lot of layers to it that was not appealing. And the second half was much better. And they beat a injured team that's not playing well. So it's a win. They've played better, certainly in this 15 under Doug than they did yesterday, but it was important to win. It's interesting, like if you could flip the halves, maybe how people would feel, because if they jumped out to a 21-point first half lead and then ended up winning by 14, I think it's okay. But they didn't do that. It was the flip-flop. Like they just weren't that great in the first half, and it was a game, and I didn't feel like they were going to lose, but I was just, why? Why are they? Why is this? Why is this a game? Why not establish things early, get up 12 after the first quarter, get up 20 at the half, and then just kind of, cruise in, and instead they had to work for it, and at least they got it. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's a win. Didn't really love the way they played though.
It's a win, and I think I think the part of the win that's gonna stick with me for a while is, and the most important part was the play of De'Aaron Fox, because I do think there were some, in the midst of the turd sandwich that has been the De'Aaron Fox discussion. The one legitimate thing, as we said in the blah, is wait, is he this hurt like to where he can't perform anymore? Like that's it. This is the best we're getting. And what you saw last night out of him, he didn't play a perfect game, but he played 37 minutes and he had 30 points and he shot over 50% from both the field and beyond the arc. And he had 7 assists. He did not turn the ball over once. I will take that from him every single night of the week and twice on Sundays. And the fact that he's doing it, you don't get bonus points for playing through pain necessarily, but the fact that he's doing it with 2 jacked up hands. And the other funny thing is you had Malik with 16, 9, and 6, but then there's Domantas Sabonis, 21, 22, and 10. And it's just like, yeah, great. Just another 20-20 triple-double for Sabonis. Yay. He's so damn underrated on a national scale.
Yeah, nasty fall in the game too. And we'll hear some of his audio with G-Man after the game that, a lot of times, like De'Aaron's been very, hey, look, my hand's fine. I scored 60 with this tape like this, whatever people can make. That was his quote yesterday. People can make the excuses they want. I'm just not shooting the ball well. Shot the ball well yesterday and was better. But he's kind of ignored that, at least publicly. Sabonis said, yeah, I think this is going to bother me tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I didn't like the sound of that, but that's probably the fact. I mean, that was a nasty, nasty fall on that elbow and arm.
Well, hopefully Sabonis is able to, when we saw Fox a couple weeks ago land on his cheeks, and then he missed a couple of games because of that. When it all tightened up, you hope that that's not the same for Sabonis, because I know Philadelphia is not the Philadelphia everybody expected them to be, but you're still playing on the road in Philly, 4th game of a road trip. And look, they're Philly 17-27. They have 27 losses. They also have 17 wins. They've also won their last 2 in a row. And when you look at some of the wins that they've come up with, Jason, they beat Cleveland at home last Saturday. Then, they went on to Chicago and took care of business there by 12. But this is a team, if you can beat Cleveland, and that snapped a 7-game losing streak. But if you can beat Cleveland, you can beat Sacramento. So if the Kings think they're going to go in there and get their second win for sure, they got another thing coming. So hopefully they'll figure it out and get that second win, right?
Let's hope so.
Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
The Miami Heat have suspended Jimmy Butler indefinitely. This is his 3rd suspension just this month, delivered by the Miami Heat for essentially conduct detrimental to the team and what the team describes repeated issues and violations of team rules. I'm told here's what happened today. Butler showed up to Heat shoot around and walked out after being informed that he was not going to be in the starting lineup moving forward in place of Haywood Highsmith. And that's tonight's game against Orlando. His 2-game suspension, his most recent suspension, had just ended. But this will now keep him away from the team for at least the next 5 more games before the NBA trade deadline on February 6th. And Hannah, the phone lines in Miami have been wide open ever since this entire saga began earlier this month when Butler requested for a trade. He had 2 different suspensions, one of 7 games and then one of 2-game suspension, and now he will be suspended indefinitely. I'm told the Heat remain engaged with multiple teams on potential Butler deals that will remain so over the next week and a half. They have not yet received an offer that matches their asking price. But, Hannah, we have some time left before the NBA trade deadline next week.
That's Sean Salisbury talking about Jimmy Butler and that situation in Miami. They've now suspended him indefinitely. You saw this coming. Jason, I think Jimmy's misplaying his hand. I think he's playing poker like he did in Minnesota, but the problem is Pat Riley's on the other side of the table. And I think Pat Riley is willing to throw the baby out with the bathwater and protect the reputation and the culture of that franchise. It's not just about Jimmy Butler. It's about the rest of the players on the team. And it's also about players that come in down the road. And, look, I'm stretching here. Jimmy Butler certainly is not a terrorist, but there's a saying you don't negotiate with terrorists. And what that means is, ultimately when you break down that saying is you don't want to negotiate in a situation where somebody is holding a proverbial gun to your head. It does no good. And oh, by the way, down the road, it could set a precedent for something even worse. And I think in this situation, I guarantee you that's a phrase that Pat Riley has probably used behind the scenes. Like, look, I'm not going to be thrown against the wall by this guy. I'm not going to be put in a corner. He can sit his ass out. And, Jimmy ain't no spring chicken. He's 35 years old. He'll be 36 going into next year. And when we take a look at Jimmy Butler, who is playing in, like, God, what is it? His 17th year in the league, something like that. He's averaging 17 points, 5 boards, and 4.8 assists. And that's not everything. But when you look at his age combined with what he's making, combined with the fact that his contract is going to be up soon, and he's got a player option for next year at $52 million. At best, the guy's opting into his contract, and you got to pay him $52 million at 35 years old, 36 years old with those numbers. At worst, he leaves you from somewhere else. And this is a guy who, at least on the surface, it looks like his skills are deteriorating. And this is now the third bridge he's burnt between Minnesota, Philadelphia, and now Miami. We're not even talking about Chicago. I think Butler's misplaying his hand a little bit on his own value. I don't think teams see Jimmy as valuable as he thinks he is.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, and this might be a question for Sam on Thursday with the deadline, 9 days away. I'm sure there's talks, like Sean said there, of open phone lines wanting to deal him. I know that's what he wants, but with his contract, with all the things you just laid out, it makes you wonder if it can even be a one for one team, one team for one team deal. And now when you start to get multiple teams involved, does this also hamper or cripple the trade market? If some team, are they waiting for this domino to fall to get anything else to go? Are there other deals that are just regardless of that? So I think there's a lot going on revolving around Miami and certainly around Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, no, I'm with you too. Real quick, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
I'm so proud to be part of that, recognizing that we get to represent our following, and here in Las Vegas to do it in this setting right here, where people can't wait to come see us. They can't wait to see what we're all about. We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people tonight. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Mark, settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta love him, dude. Raiders, jeez.
Whoa, you're going after the Raiders fan there?
I'm just saying, no, it's fine. It's just passion.
You know who that was, don't you?
Who?
Marshawn Lynch.
Was it really?
Yeah.
No, was it really?
Yes.
Oh, well, if it's Marshawn Lynch, it's fine. I thought it was some rando. Honestly, that was like some rando. If it's Marshawn Lynch, that's fine. That's Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch can do whatever the hell he wants. I saw it was like some rando from our chat that was at a press conference.
Chat rando at the press conference.
We're going to talk a lot more about this. We got to take a break. But I will say this. Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the NFL. Again, he's 73 years old. But if you think you're getting a guy who is going to be sleeping around on the job, Pete Carroll has more energy than 90%, if not just him chewing gum. He makes me tired watching him chew gum. So he's ready to go. We got a lot of thoughts on that. Hey, speaking of energy, did I say that? American Energy Heating and Air with their $49 tune-up going right now. That is an inspection of your ducts, your furnace, and everything you need to make sure that everything is operating in tip-top shape. Yes, that's right. But you might need to repair. You never know. I mean, these things happen. They don't last forever. If you do, they're going to throw $50 off your first repair. If you need, God forbid, a new system, half off. That's 50%. In case you didn't realize what half off was, that's 50% off. And this is all from a company that's been serving greater Sacramento since 1981. My goodness gracious. As a matter of fact, I think they incorporated on Jason Ross's 21st birthday. Bottom line is they are A+ with the Better Business Bureau. They have tremendous Yelp and Google reviews anywhere you need. Look, there's like 900 different heating and air places out there. All right. Both the one that has the great reputation that's been around a long time. American Energy Heating and Air at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we return, Jason Ross has some audio for last night. He'll take you through as the Kings beat Brooklyn. We'll talk about it next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With over 500 new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CRV, HRV, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-235-5588. That's 800-235-5588. 800-235-5588.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
How about you try something new this year? A resolution to enjoy what you drive. And the only way to guarantee that is at Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And it's not just because they're centrally located right across from Hagan Oaks Golf Course or their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. It's because their general manager, Chuck Dean, and his team, they really take the time to get to know you and your goals. To them, it's not just about a car sale. It's about building generational relationships with someone you can trust. That's why people come from all over, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, it's where a handshake still means something.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. I was afraid to talk there, Jason, because I see you mousing, and I know how that computer is. So I was worried that you might be trying to play a clip coming back. That's why I paused.
I'm just mousing.
Just mousing around.
Yep.
Oh, you were chatting.
I'm chatting and mousing.
Are you chatting and mousing?
Yeah. Multitasking. Hey, how does a Vlade look on our screen here?
Vlade
He's on the lean back mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say he reminds me of a Snoop Dogg lyric. He's laid back.
Yeah.
Mind on his money on his mind. I see Bobby. Where is Gavin? Why is
G Money's over here with he gave his arm for this team.
One-armed Gavin. It sounds like a hand in poker.
Oh, I had the old one-arm Gavin. I lost on the old one-arm Gavin.
Jason had to take some time off because he got addicted to the one-arm Gavin.
Yeah.
Man, the other night I was out on this date. And let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
End of story.
Wow, I hated that.
Welcome back. 1-800-920-1140. Jason, I don't know if you know this or not. I think you were there, at least for the radio broadcast. The Kings beat the Brooklyn Nets last night. It was a road game, which means more than likely, I would hope, nobody pulled your pant leg unless it was the high flyer or somebody else. But what we do at the station for the benefit of the listener is we record Gary Gerald's calls throughout the game, and then somebody cuts it up into highlights. And I believe you have some of those to take us back through last night's dramatics.
Yeah, so let's do it. In Brooklyn last night, a lot of talk before the game, Dave, was about the struggles of De'Aaron Fox, and I think very fair. De'Aaron has not played very well, shot the ball well for about a 6-game stretch. He, though, said, look, I'm fine. So if he's out there, he's competing, he wants to go, and he actually got off to a good start.
First time. Here's a blow-by by Fox. Driving from the right angle, comes baseline, took it right to the rack and scored it. What a great start for De'Aaron Fox. He's trying to make a statement here. He's got 10 points in this first quarter.
Yeah, he got going early. And, Dave, you were saying early on, like when you first kind of were able to check in, you're thinking, man, is this going to be a terrible loss? The one thing I was thinking is it might be a terrible loss, and actually Fox may go off, and that would probably even be another weird narrative. Yes. Like, oh, Fox went off, but they lost. See, I was starting to go down that road if they ended up losing and Fox had the 30 points that he ended up with.
That's 100% what I was thinking, because then I believe Fox had 30 at the end of the third, and I'm going, God, if they lose here, they've lost 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to be all wired up anyways. And then it's going to be, yeah, he scored 30 points, but what good did he do? He can score a lot of points, but it's not. What is the one I heard last night during the game? He just doesn't play winning basketball. And there was going to be a lot. I was worried about that today, but Kings turned it around and gave him the old one-armed Gavin. You got more highlights.
Yes, more in the first quarter, but before it got better, it was worse for the Kings. For whatever reason, in the first quarter, they were sloppy with the basketball.
Kings at midcourt. Alex Len with a couple of dribbles looking for Fox. Ball's taken out of his hands by Sharp. Another Kings turnover. Sharp digs under the basket. Forced into a tough shot, but there was a foul call, and De'Aaron Sharp is going to get to the free throw line. Now, this turnover thing has suddenly become an issue for Sacramento. 6 turnovers. Sacramento foul. And now free throws are coming for De'Aaron Sharp.
Sacramento foul.
Okay.
Hey, what if you ended up becoming our PA voice?
What if what?
You had ended up becoming our PA voice when you tried out all those years ago.
I would have lasted less than a year.
Less than a year?
Yep.
Why?
First off, number one, ultimately, I couldn't have done it because my anxiety would have gotten way too much, especially back then. Number two, I think Mokes missed 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's been 1. But what's amazing for you, I think you would have done commentary. You would have been like, foul call to number 5, De'Aaron Fox, garbage call, his second foul.
Get off of me! Why are you pulling me away?
Going to the line for the Lakers, LeBron James again.
You're so right.
Hey, you know that I want to whistle for the good guys. Wait, what?
Is this still on?
And in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left in a home blowout, Kings are down by 22, and I'm like, 3-point basket, Keegan Murray, yay, about time. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have.
By the way, up in section 110, you can get your hot dogs that are on sale. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Is that accurate or no?
No, that's why I'm laughing, because honest to God, that's exactly what it would be. What does he call it? Like a
crap. George 3.
What's the thing where someone's bleeding and Moke's biohazard break or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have been like. Refs pausing for a biohazard break.
Infectious disease control.
Infectious disease control. Ew.
Wait, what is that? Ah, gross.
He's bleeding.
I 100% would have killed it, though, for Puke Guy.
Oh, yes. Hey, clean up aisle 5. Oh my goodness! All right, let's.
I had to make googly eyes at Vivek constantly, just make little, doing stuff with my ears. Hey,
Or there's just like sometime in the third quarter, you're like, Barbier and Fox, and like you're eating popcorn.
Oh my God, you almost got a spit take because I was saying the same thing. Like I just got half a hot dog now. I'm thinking everything's cool, no problem. And then
All right. We'll continue in the second quarter. Here's another theme, not only to the game, but I think to the season. I don't know if this stat is real, but in my mind it is. They lead the league in fouling three-point shooters.
Russell now feeds the right wing. Williams for three. He's fouled and he scores. Well, there's the second one that's happened tonight. First one came early. It resulted in a 4-point play for D'Angelo Russell. And now a possibility of a 4-point play for Zaire Williams.
Yeah, I think you would have been like, stop fouling, De'Aaron.
Stop it. God.
All right. Don't be dumb. All right, let's move on to the third quarter where the Kings were starting to make their comeback because they were down at the half. So we go to quarter number 3, and finally Sacramento gets something going offensively. And in the third, it was Malik Monk.
Gives to Fox, moves to the top of the circle, throws back to the right to Monk, slashes inside, reaches on a twisting reverse and scores, and Jordi Fernandez will take time out. Kings now with 12 unanswered points, lead at 63-60.
All right, so Kings cooking their fourth quarter. The guy that doesn't get enough respect, the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA, Domantas Sabonis, with a big, big night.
Pivots, now he's going to launch. Will he score it? You bet he does. There's a 20-20 game for Domantas Sabonis. He had a triple-double at Madison Square Garden. He's got his third 20-20 game of the year. It's 47 seconds to go. Kings now lead 110-93.
All right, so the win was happening, light the beam chants were happening, and victory time for the Kings.
And I
they take the shot clock violation. The turnover will give the Nets possession, but this game is all but decided. 4.9 seconds remaining. And after losing back-to-back games that was up some consternation for Doug Christie and the Kings, they bounce back with a victory tonight, 110-96. And the woes for the Nets continue. They've now lost 7 consecutive games. They've lost 11 straight on their home floor. Their record is 14-33. The Kings improved their record to 2 over 500 at 24-22 with this victory.
And you were going to say?
Remember I know we got a break, Chris. Remember the thing we saw on the internet not that long ago, and it was like the Japanese video game for baseball that made up all the players' names, and they almost sounded like American players, but they weren't. I was laughing to myself, and I mean no disrespect here, but kind of. I was looking at some of the players on the Nets, and I feel like if somebody just didn't watch, it wasn't a basketball hound, you'd be like, Reese Beekman? Wasn't Reese Beekman the guy that stole the Orange Juice Futures Report and Trading Places?
It was Beekman, I think.
Brendan Watford, Derek Whitehead, Tosan Evbwamko. Who the hell is that? He had 15 points.
I know, he was killing the Kings.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Evbwamko.
Like, honest to God, dude, it looks like somebody tried to make up NBA names. And
it's like a word scramble, and they didn't unscramble it.
It didn't work. We'll take a break. Hey, listen, when we come back, because I know we got to go, and I want to ask this question. Jason, do me a favor. Will you remind me about free throws and assists when we come back? Because I know I'm stupid and I'll forget. When we come back, that, and also, hey, Raider fan, listen up. Pete Carroll, your new hire. I'm going to say some nice things about the franchise again. We'll do all that right after. Yes.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours, so it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly. Oh.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
What is this?
Would you mind saying that again?
What are we playing?
You're not looking for a master plan?
That's what I was saying. Thinking of a master plan.
Oh,
because nothing but sweat inside my hand.
I could not find it in my brain, but it sounded familiar. Welcome back.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Jason.
Free throws and assists.
Oh, my God. You know what? Seriously, thank you, because I was about to go on a different thing and completely forgot about that. That's why you're the best.
Really?
I know, right? Do you guys think that if someone's fouled on a 3 or a 2 and they make both or all 3 free throws, they should A, get credit for the 3, and B, if there was one, there should be an assist recorded?
Yes.
And it?
No.
Okay. No. And I was going to say, and if no, why not?
I mean, because it hasn't been done that way, then do we retroactive stats or no? Or
well, you know, Jason, if we always live by the rule that it's always been this way, we'd be a whole different world.
True.
I don't know. I hear you on the retroactive. You're right, because now all of a sudden John Stockton's record is going to get broken in 10 years. And I just think it's kind of janky that, you get fouled, and like I pass you the ball, you go up for the layup, you get fouled, but you made the layup and then you hit a free throw. Excuse me, because that would have counted. You get fouled, you miss the shot, you make both free throws, but I don't get an assist. I just think that's lame. Like, it's still an assist, right? It should be, I think.
It assisted you in getting fouled.
Yeah, and then you got the points.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't have gotten without my super awesome pass.
Okay.
I also don't like though when there's pass interference and the quarterback doesn't get credit for the yardage.
Oh, so you throw the pass interference, you want the yards, or is there an assist to I got you to the 1 on the PI for the receiver, but I don't get anything for the running back in the 1 yard touchdown run?
If you're the quarterback and you throw me a 35-yard pass and I'm interfered with, it's a spot foul. They're moving the ball 35 yards, but you don't get the yardage. Why wouldn't you get the yardage? The ball moved 35 yards because of your pass.
And the receiver.
Who should get the catch and the 35 yards.
Well, not the catch.
Why?
The catch. We didn't catch it.
It would have been, but the guy cheated.
Well, how do we know?
Because pass interference.
No, how do we know he would have caught it?
Well, we don't unless it's not a catchable ball. But the assumption is, if we don't know he would have caught it, but we're still giving the guy the stinking yards.
Yeah.
We're giving him the yards. Why wouldn't we give him credit? Why wouldn't we give him credit for who gets credit for the yards? The ref.
And there you go. Now let's give participation trophies.
And honestly, Fox should be sitting.
Yeah, good point. Right.
He should just come on.
You know why? Actually, there's a rule why you don't do this stuff. It's called the one-arm Kevin.
I was also going to say too, and then we'll get to Pete Carroll. Do you want to take a guess as to how much? I think it's like 25 home matches. You want to take a guess as to what a season ticket, or as they call them, season card, is for a good seat at a Huddersfield Town match? All 25 home matches.
$600.
No, I would say $240.
I don't give Chris any credit because he's very familiar with English sports. Jason, that is a very good guess. It's $249, by the way. And the idea even of raising the ticket prices by anything is like, we always talk about fan unions and stuff. Like, they have them over there. Like, they freak out. Like, no, I don't care what other teams do. I don't care what other cities do. I don't care how cheap we are. I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, dude, $250 is a Kings game.
Right.
Like, not all the seats, but I'm just saying, I would imagine the average, I don't know, is the average ticket price to it? It's got to be somewhere between like 90 and $120 for one game. They just don't do that over here.
Yeah, and forgive me, there's a Kings fan that's a great Kings fan. She sits right by the Kings bench for the home games, but she's been on this road trip, and she's been courtside at MSG, courtside in Brooklyn. I'm going, man, what kind of money is that costing?
Does she need an assistant?
I think it all. I thought when I saw her last night, she had the hat on and all that, and then it was the guy next to her who had like the purple glasses-y things or whatever those are. Yeah, I want to know what she does. I think she's an attorney.
Oh, okay.
Somebody told me she was an attorney. Could be wrong, but I think she was an attorney. Anyways, all right, Raiders. The Raiders announced their hiring of Pete Carroll, Super Bowl champion, national champion, gum chewer extraordinaire. There was a great interaction with the new GM and Pete Carroll, and the new GM was talking about like one of his heroes. And well, actually, I don't know. Do you have a sound clip from that?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Not that one specifically, but here's a little bit from the press conference from Pete Carroll.
The stuff that you guys have heard, about Pete and what, having fun, like you mentioned about throwing the ball around, all that. That's part of it. That's part of it. But it's about the competing and proving that you have value and you have worth and you can add to it. I don't care how old you are.
Okay, so that's one thing. One more we have here, Dave, is kind of Pete Carroll and Tom Brady. Really, Tom Brady's in maybe not really the background there with the Raiders, but he kind of addressed Tom Brady.
He's been integrally involved, wherever I know that the process could allow him to be in. We haven't seen him. He's not been here. He's got a big job, but he has been a really exciting part of it.
Okay.
Compete, Carroll.
Compete, nice.
Is that what we're doing? Because it's all about competing.
Yeah.
By the way, just so I know, guys, we don't necessarily have to do it now because we're going to talk about this later. But do we have the Jerry Jones clip? And you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the one that we circulated?
It's going to take a second.
No, I don't know. I was saying we don't have to do it now. We're going to talk about all that stuff later. I just wanted us at some point to have it on hand because that was a very interesting press conference, by the way. Not just his, but his son's, who sounds dumber than he is when it comes to football. I love this for the Raiders. Now, look, I'm going to keep using the food analogy because it's the best one I know. Let's say they just hired a great chef. Great. But you got to have the ingredients to go with it. I love the Pete Carroll hire. I don't know if this dude from Tampa Bay is going to be good, but he's young. He's well regarded. And most importantly, it tells me that Mark Davis isn't calling the shots. And this is a conversation we've had ad nauseum. You're walking into a situation where you got a brand stinking new stadium in a destination city. You're walking into a situation where you have a ton of cap room. You've got draft capital, and you have two, I'm not saying they're the only two good pieces on the Raiders, but you have two very, very good pieces in Brock Bowers and Max Crosby. There's a lot of directions you can go in. I've told you before, if I'm them, I'm trading Crosby, I'm trading the 6, I'm stocking up on picks. I'm throwing darts at the dartboard all over the place. I'm supplementing it in a year with some great free agent signings. And in the meantime, I'm bringing over Russ Wilson or Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins or somebody. Sam Darnold's going to get $100 million somewhere, but I'm bringing in a stopgap quarterback that can train my young guy. And I've got a 3-year plan that we're going to get young and hungry, and Carroll's going to build this team like he did that Legion of Boom defense. We're going to be well coached. We're going to be well organized. We may not win a ton of games next year, but we're going in the right direction. That maybe 500 in year 2, and in year 3, we're gunning for the top of the pops, and we're supplementing our roster with some great free agent signings and some really good additions that can plug any of the holes that the draft and anything else didn't fill on our roster. I think they're in a good spot, but again, you have to execute, Jason.
Yeah, and I think, his track record has been good, obviously, and he had some good players, certainly in Seattle, and he got the most out of that. I think more of the negative thought about this hire that I've seen for the Raiders has really been, I think, a bit unfair. It's been about his age. And sure, yeah. I get that, but the Raiders aren't doing this for a 10-year hire. They're just trying to get better now and quick and for a couple years. And if they do so under Pete Carroll, which I think they're capable of, as long as they get some of the other important ingredients parts right, I think I do like the move. I'm with you. I think this one kind of makes some sense. I think he obviously wanted the job, and maybe he was one of those guys that was a little bit in that more of a I'll take any job I can get. But I mean, he was rumored in other spots. Chicago talked to him, so here he is. And I think the Raiders have themselves a tough division with other really good coaches, but Pete Carroll's now a part of it.
I know we got a break, but I couldn't agree with you more. Look, they're going to have a young team, okay, and hopefully, and Pete Carroll signals to me that he's going to be your in-between coach. What better guy than Pete Carroll, who has all this experience to help develop the youth? And then when he's 73 right now, and by the way, he has more energy than 90% of the league anyways. Right. And then when he's 75, 76, 77 or whatever, and you've got, not that. When he starts getting up there, well, now all of a sudden you have this great young team that has a huge foundation that's been well coached. And oh, by the way, Pete Carroll's got himself a coaching tree too. I know Steve Sarkisian's in college, Dan Quinn, Aaron Glenn, who just got hired as a head coach, was also a draft pick by him. So it's not just Pete Carroll coaching the team, but for all we know, he's going to groom a coordinator to take over eventually. I wouldn't want them, Jason, to hire a Ben Johnson in retrospect now. I've thought about it. I wouldn't want that. This is not the place for a young first-time stud head coach to go through a rebuild. Pete Carroll is a rebuild coach. I love the hire. I adore the hire. I think they made a tremendous move. Now they just gotta hit it out of the park when it comes to the draft. So we will.
I have one more question.
Are
you okay?
Why? What happened?
I mean, you just spent a good amount of time complimenting the Raiders. I just want to make sure you're okay.
I call balls and strikes, man. Listen, when I've said it many times, I want the Raiders to be good. The NFL's better when the Raiders are good. If I think they're doing good stuff, I think they're going to be a good team. If I believe in what I'm saying, yeah, it's like last year when I had come in and be like, yeah, baby, we're going to do. It's like, no, you're not. You suck, and I'm sorry you can't see it, but you guys suck, and you're going to suck, and just prepare to suck. It's going to be the opposite. Look, if I think they're doing the right things, I'll sing the Raiders' praises. As a matter of fact, I think if you counted how many times I've been positive on the Raiders over the last 2 months, who had a worse record than my Niners, but still, both sucked, I think I've actually said more positive things about the Raiders. It's just Raider fan. If you say anything remotely critical of the Raiders, a lot of them, there's like, Raider hate, 40 Raiders, white and cheese.
All right, I think that's enough, Dave. I think we got to get a break.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, why is my alarm going off? When we return, what the hell are we doing? Oh, I know what we're doing. Are we rewinding?
Yes.
I love it. I'm going to put my pants on. Let's get ready. Kings Rewind coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up.
Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Jason Ross,
Yes.
you saw the game last night.
Pardon me?
You saw the game last night.
I did.
And while you're watching the game, are you ever able to pause? Do you pause sometimes and go, oh, I know this call. Chris might use this clip, because I've started doing that.
You have?
Yeah, I'll see a certain part of the game. Now, obviously, a lot of times I'm watching on the TV, but I'll hear it and I'll go, oh, this would be I'm starting to not get used to the clips, but there's certain recurring ones that I go, that would fit there.
Yeah.
So, that's a sign of a good segment.
Sometimes I write it that way thinking Chris will go there, but sometimes when I zig, he zags, and that's the fun of Rewind.
That is the fun of Rewind, and we're all going to experience that fun right now. Kings Rewind starts immediately.
All right, things have been so good for the Kings since the calendar flipped to 2025 that the recent two-game slump had many fans already in a bit of a panic mode, needing to see a win.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
Well, the recipe for that was right in front of them Monday night as they were battling the struggling Brooklyn Nets.
We're Brooklyn at.
Former lead assistant Jordi Fernandez is now running the show for the Nets in Brooklyn and already handed the Kings a loss at G1C.
Why you bringing up old
The task would be tough for Fernandez as the Nets were without Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Trendon Watford, Bojan Bogdanovic, Max Lewis, and Dave's man crush, Ben Simmons.
Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Stupid.
Someone predicted, and I'm not sure who, but someone predicted that the Kings would go wire to wire and win this one going away.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
Wow.
Well, that lasted less than a minute as the Nets scored first to take the lead and even closed the first quarter with a 15-0 run to lead by 8 after 1.
What just happened?
There was no panic from the Kings sideline as for the first time in several games, they were getting a classic performance from De'Aaron Fox.
What does the fox say?
Every time.
Every time.
While Fox was cooking, the Kings were fouling, and the Nets weren't missing from the line.
Calm down, relax, and start breathing.
Really? Really? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Chris.
The Kings were fouling in the paint, on the edges, and twice they fouled three-point shooters for 4-point play opportunities.
Calm down, diddly, 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 diddly. They did their best, shoddly, diddly, diddly, diddly. Gotta be nice, hostility, diddly, diddly, diddly.
Ah, hell, diddly, ding, dong, crap. Can't you morons do anything right?
Wow. Down 7 at the half, the Kings would finally get in gear.
All I can say is, it's about time.
The Nets could feel it too. Clowney got hurt late in the half and didn't return. And when Claxton picked up his 5th foul, the Nets were running out of players.
Hello.
The Kings outscored the Nets by 9 in the third, and third quarter Fox was the thing with 16 points in the quarter.
You make me want to get up and scream. Foxy.
Just hurting the team, dude. Get him off the floor. Trade him for Tyler Hero and a pick.
A nasty fall by Sabonis wouldn't slow him down as he controlled the paint and the glass.
Every time.
Every time. Works
time.
100% of the time. Another triple-double for Sabonis with 21 points, 22 rebounds, and 10 assists.
And this is 2020.
Barbara Walters.
The Kings held the Nets just 42 points in the second half and only one fourth quarter free throw attempt.
You shall not pass.
The Kings win. They go back to 2 games above 500 and will finally get out of New York.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Up next, a trip to Philadelphia to attempt a season sweep of the Sixers.
You guys all gonna go see Rocky 19? Oh, dude, I think you can win.
And now you know what happened in the game in case you missed it.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, it was a win. It was a win.
Yeah.
And it was a win, and they covered. And
most importantly,
from the 916, hey, Fox did great against the tanking Nets. His hand magically looked better than against a real contender like the Knicks. What a superstar. That's what we're getting on the text line right now.
Oh, okay.
And then Russ is at it too. Not biting though. Not biting, dude. It was a good game by De'Aaron Fox last night, who had 30, who was not just having 30, but he was very efficient, I should say, in that 30, and we hope we see more of that. Like, did Fox do better against the Nets than the Knicks? Yeah, probably, because the Knicks are one of the best defensive teams in the league. That tends to help, and are incredibly deep and can double him. I mean, that's not, we're not playing Sherlock here. That actually is a thing. And yeah, but so I don't know. Malik Monk only had 16 points last night against the lowly Nets. Should we bench him? Because I don't think that logic's flying.
Right.
Why isn't that happen? Why aren't we hearing about how terrible of a game Malik Monk had because he had 16 points last night, and he had 4 turnovers to De'Aaron's 0 against the lowly Nets? That he's terrible. You should bench him or trade him. Right? Like, if we're gonna go off about how, Fox did this against the lowly Nets but couldn't get, okay, fine. He had 30 against the Nets. Monk had half of that, and he had 4 turnovers. So, and he was 0 of 6 from beyond the arc against the tanking terrible Nets. So, Jason, am I going overboard by saying G League?
Well, you know what's good is
what?
You're not going to bite.
No, I'm not going to bite.
Yeah.
Russ says it's a straw man argument 5 seconds after chatting that Kings fans think Fox is Giannis, because that's what we've said. I remember making that many times. God, I'm glad Russ does not have kids. I'm just leaving it there right now. Please don't breed more Russes ever into this world. We need IQ, not less. Either way,
what would be the ultimate twist of fate is if Russ was De'Aaron Fox on our chat line. The real De'Aaron Fox.
Dude, the thing is, okay, obviously that's not the case, but Fox does have some troll to him.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Fox just tunes in every morning and just trashes himself. Well, I mean, either way, he's just going after that contract. Yes, he's playing hurt and going after that contract with these tremendous numbers you've been going. Totally not hurting his value whatsoever. You've once again sussed it out. We'll take a quick break, 30 seconds. Yes. Jason's going to give us an update on Gonzalez Law, and I know a lot of people on the chat line have been requesting that. Well, guess what? You've got it. And then when we get back, how about a little 3 for madness? And we'll even lead off with De'Aaron Fox and his critics. We'll do all that right after this.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Well, Dave's right. I am going to tell you about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez, his law office is right in downtown Sacramento, and his success story is pretty impressive. His case preparation and overall approach has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients, and those clients have been looking for a lot of different things in their representation. They've been looking for expungements, something that had happened in their past that has followed them, that is keeping them from doing some things. So they want those things removed from their record. It can be done. All you have to do is contact Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com. So expungements, wrongful termination cases, auto accidents. There's just so many different things he can help you with if you're in the need of representation. And again, someone that's here, someone that you can reach, someone that's not a big corporation that you see all those commercials for lawyers on TV and you think, oh, I'm going to call them. They seem trustworthy. They seem reliable. I'd like to talk to them. You don't get to those people. So you want someone here that's local, that will work with you, that has had success, that can be trusted and wants you to win. So that's your guy, Jonathan Gonzalez, right here in downtown Sacramento. Again, saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Probably mentioned, by the way, it's a Sean Salisbury Tuesday. He will join us at 8:13. We got a lot of Kings talk to go, but we'll fit some. Thank you, Sean. We'll put some football in there as well, along with an update on old friend Isaiah Thomas. We'll get to that at 7:43. Right, meow. It's 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Did yesterday's performance by De'Aaron Fox silence his critics?
God, no, of course not. It would take a long time. And then even then it would be, well, did they get past the first round? And if they got past the first round, well, they only got to the second round. And, if he scores 60, well, did they win? And if they won, well, look, I'm not denying that Fox, people exploring if this team would be better because they are overloaded in the backcourt. I think it is perfectly acceptable and understandable to say, hey, what could we get for Fox? And would we be better with those pieces? In other words, if we traded, I don't know who, Fox for insert all-star caliber power forward, would we be better off with Monk and Keon, let's say, in the backcourt, DeRozan, whoever that 4 is, or 5, and Sabonis? I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is Fox doesn't play winning basketball, or what has Fox ever done for this? They've gotten a 1 playoff series, or he's hurting he's playing hurt because he wants the max deal. Like, just some of the arguments and criticism is beyond asinine. And it's honest. It's one of those things where I just get mad as a Kings fan, because it makes the fan base look stupid. It just makes the other people see this and they go, these guys are stupid. And I'm sitting there going, kind of. Like, it just, everybody needs a scapegoat. And if you're picking a guy who at worst is the second best player on the team, a guy who plays through pain, a guy who brought a coach on his honeymoon so he could improve, the first guy off the team every single summer that's in Golden One Center practicing, a guy who's playing through 2 jacked up hands, who played through a broken finger 2 playoffs ago, who did the video that said, I want to be here, I want to win a championship. Other people rip on Sacramento. I say, screw them. And a guy whose big giant controversy was him saying, guys, we need more help, and I want to wait to sign the deal they're offering me until I see which direction this team is going. Look at what Jimmy Butler's doing right now. Compare that to what De'Aaron Fox said, and he's like public enemy number 1. I've talked very publicly before about trading De'Aaron Fox. I talked about trading De'Aaron Fox at a time where their backcourt was Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, and they had nothing else. And it was, hey, the backcourt is overloaded. We have to trade Fox, because I didn't think they'd trade Halliburton in a heartbeat. They ended up trading Halliburton for Sabonis, and that was the right move. So I can go on both sides here, and I don't mind logic. I just mind dumb. And we're just getting a lot of dumb about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, for the question, did it silence his critics? No, because if the critics are there, that game's not gonna do it. I guess my pushback, not even on the silencing, it's kind of where the noise is coming from. Fox did not shoot well for about 6 games. That's 100% fact. But Dave, there's a reason why you have averages, and his points per game lately has been below that. But there's I think 13 people in the NBA that are averaging 25 points or more. He's one of them. That's a special group of players. And we're not in 5-game samples here. This is now in, more than half the season with a slump in here that he's still one of the 13 players to do so. And while he was struggling, he was providing other things. Like if Fox was just 100% a scorer and not a lot of other value to the team, I think there's even more merit to thinking to sit him, to rest him. Surgery's not an option. I mean, if he's surgery's done, like that's not even being, I don't even think being remotely discussed. So and I also think people are underappreciating the value of one of your best players, one of your leaders playing and continuing to play and committing to being out there. And, Kawhi Leonard's a terrific player. He's not out there enough. There's so many players. Joel Embiid's great. He's not playing for the Sixers. I would rather have De'Aaron Fox at whatever level he was for 6 games than not have him at all. Now, doesn't mean you can't look to do some of the things you said. And if they're looking to explore a trade down the road, sure, he's not untouchable. But while he's here, play him. If he wants to play, he's committed to play him, and you live with what's going on. You'll get games like yesterday, and you'll get games like the previous 6 or 7. But they're winning more games than they're not, even while he's playing like this. And he wants to be here, and he's been a great Sacramento King. That's the fact.
I would also add, because I couldn't have said it better than you, Jason, that there's a reason why this argument, I have found the demographic of this is almost entire, not always, but generally below 30 years old, because people forget that, and I say this as a native Sacramentan, people don't like coming here. You have to force people to come here. You have to force players to come here almost all the time. We've said it ad nauseum. DeMar DeRozan is the best free agent signing we've had since Vlade Divac. That's how long it was. You either trade for them, forcing them, or draft them, forcing them. It's not like De'Aaron Foxes who want to be in Sacramento grow on trees. And we tend to forget that, like, well, I'm not giving him extra points for being down for the city. Okay, cool. Don't do that. And then find yourself struggling and not making the playoffs for another 16 years because you didn't see what was in front of your face. He's not perfect. I'm open to trading him if it makes, I'm not married to a Fox narrative. I'm married to this team winning a championship someday. Correct. And I don't have an issue with the legit conversation surrounding him. I just attacking his ethics, his character, his toughness, his saying they're better without him. That it just makes me want to shake my head. It's been a really weird couple of weeks in Kings fan circles about that. And again, it's like 10 people, but it's 10 very loud people.
Yeah.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
What is it about Domantas Sabonis that keeps him from the national attention he deserves?
I think it's 2 things. I think number 1, Nikola Jokic exists. I think if Jokic didn't exist, I think Domantas Sabonis would have twice the attention. But you have a better version of Sabonis and Jokic right there, so everybody puts everything on him. But you're just not going to find a better all-around center than Jokic and Domantas Sabonis. That just, to me, they're the 2 best centers in the league that do so much. He's putting up these video game numbers, and the problem is that Jokic is putting up fantasy movie numbers. It's insane. The second thing is that, and this is, well, actually there's 3. There's also market size, but everybody freaking straighten the wrinkles out in their jeans over Halliburton in Indiana so it can happen. But I think the other thing with Sabonis too is that the large bulk of your all-star voters, they're people that they watch basketball on Twitter, and on TNT, and it's all about dunks and threes and flash and all of that. Domantas Sabonis does not play an exciting game of basketball. I mean, that's just, unless you're a basketball junkie, he's not flying off the handle and doing NBA Jam dunks and stuff. He's making bounce passes and rebounding and falling on his butt, doing little layups and stuff and post work. And once upon a time that was great. Like Hakeem Olajuwon was amazing and down low, and we appreciated the footwork. Same with Kevin McHale. I just don't think a lot of people look at Sabonis and go, wow, that's a really entertaining player. But when he plays for you, you go, oh my God, this guy's getting like 15, 20 rebounds on the regular. He's getting triple doubles every other game or close to it. And oh, by the way, the dude is also tough as nails, the ultimate team player. He's just such a stud, and he deserves a lot more love.
I totally agree. And I think, the big factor is the Joker. I mean, what he's doing consistently is crazy. But the other part too, I think about other big men that are thriving, that are getting more attention. He also misses out on the block shots. Like, I don't know, that's always been kind of like when people point to Wembanyama versus Sabonis or AD versus Sabonis. Numbers, some of them favor Sabonis, but maybe that more flash and the block shots and things like that seem to get a lot of attention. I don't know what else it is. And then the other part, I was thinking, man, maybe it's just a Sacramento King thing, market size, like you said. But, when the Kings were like a prominent team in the league in the early 2000s, I mean, Chris Webber was one of the faces of the league. So it can happen. It's just, one, they need to win a little bit more. And I guess he just needs to keep doing it. I don't know. But he's awesome here. I know people here appreciate him. It's just nationally he's not getting as much love as he should.
Question number 3, please.
Question 3.
Was yesterday's game too close for you to be fully happy?
No, and I'm not. Look, I'm not going to get down on people. I mean, I think when I hear the whole like, oh, they got lucky to win, and it's kind of embarrassing to, even be that close. Look, dude, they're on the road. Teams, we talked about it. Who was it? The Nets just beat not that long ago. Was it the Cat? It was some.
Well, they had the 3 wins against Milwaukee, which was weird.
Yeah, they had the 3 wins against Milwaukee, and then I want to say it was like a week ago, they went into Milwaukee and they beat the Bucks. Yeah, exactly. They've beaten the Bucks twice. Look, dude, NBA teams are NBA teams, and sometimes weird stuff happens. There's no reason why the Kings should have lost to the Nets. And I don't want to get too in the weeds here, except that we mentioned it yesterday. Like, are we just going to discount completely that Jordi Fernandez coached 98% of this roster for a long time and knows their weaknesses better than any other assistant coach in the game? Like, we have seen the thing that impresses me most about Doug Christie and his run. If somebody said, what's the one thing you could pick out? I'd say we've got a coach that really has shown so far that he's made some great adjustments at the half. How many times have we had the Kings come out and start slow, which is a problem? But then how many times have we seen the Kings go in the locker room, come out, and now all of a sudden the third quarters tend to be a strength? The Kings outscored the Nets 63-42 in the second half, and they were down at the end of the first. Why are we discounting that Jordy and his coaches exposed some things with the Kings in the film session? They're on the third game of a long road trip. They just got banged around by the Knicks. They've got a point guard that's banged up. I mean, I'm just spewing excuses right now, but guess what? In the end, they won by 14. They won by 14, which was 4 points more than the spread. Let's all calm down. A win on the road is a win on the road, and they won by 14. Let's all be happy and hit the showers, baby.
Yeah, I think that's why context always matters. Like, if we said that before the game, are you going to be good with them winning by 14? Absolutely. Then you watch the game. Like, I didn't love the way they played in the first half. Sure. I think there's lots of room for improvement. But in the end, I mean, they even had a 17-point lead. Let's say it stayed there, or they kicked in one more 3 and it was 20. Like, yeah, they still would have not played a good half, but won the game comfortably. They beat a depleted team that's not playing well. I know this. It would have been an awful loss. Instead, it's a win. They all count at the end, and I think in about 10 days from now, maybe not even that far, we actually won't even have another thought about this game.
No,
to be honest.
No, we're done with it. Let's move on. And hey, it's like Bill Belichick always said, on to Philadelphia.
That's right.
Right? That's
Facts.
what he said.
Sure.
We'll take a break. When we return, let's go around the NFL. The teams announced head coaches, including the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. We've got audio for you. We'll do it next.
Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
Reeling in the refund.
limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. We know this time of year, the winter time, can be tough on many things, the cold, the elements we have out there, and it can be tough on your garage doors. So are your doors ready to handle this cold season? Well, don't wait for your garage door to break down on a chilly morning. So this February, Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is offering their Sweetheart Special. That's $150 off a garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Incredible company, incredible people, incredible product. And we really don't want you to be in that spot where you let winter slow you down. Visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com for your free estimate. And again, I've been talking about them for a while. Terrific people, 70 plus years in our region, serving our community in 9 counties around Sacramento, doing just top-notch work and making your homes pop, your business, right? It's also commercial, residential, whether it's new doors or repairs to existing doors. They are here to help you. And you can find out even more information this Friday through Sunday at Cal Expo for the 2025 Northern California Home Show, where they will be out there and you can join them as well. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With over 500 new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hi. Sorry, guys. I just did a whole segment on my own and didn't unmute my computer. Apologies. Did you guys hear any audio in there?
It sounded like a little rustling, but no audio.
So like you can't. Damn it! I got to figure out how to do this. You can't hear this.
Your father was a computer scientist.
You don't hear
Your
James
mother was a
Lipton?
musician.
Yes,
we
do hear
very low.
Oh, you can hear. It's very low. Let me see. Damn it! I want to get better at this. I want to be able to play crap through here. Let me try this again. Is it still low?
And how do they communicate?
No, that's good.
That's very good.
Say that again.
It's
good.
okay.
You guys can hear that? Okay. Well, then let me see if I can pull this off here because we're talking a little NFL. Sean Salisbury coming up at 8:13. Here's the clip I was talking about earlier. Here's Raiders GM, new GM John Spytek talking about his high school coach Bill Young, and Pete Carroll has an issue.
He's still coaching to this day. He's like 75 years old. He can't give it up and win state championships all the time. So, Coach, I hope you're out there watching somewhere. I love you. Thanks for.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh. Just a guy that loves football, just like you.
That sound okay?
A couple more here.
Okay, good. All right. So I thought that was kind of funny. What else we got? Where is that? Oh, I sent a lot of it to Chris. I want to find this Stephen Jones clip because this is the one that really pissed me off. We have one with Jerry Jones. We'll get to a little bit later. This is Stephen Jones, the Nepo baby, if there ever was one, EVP of the Dallas Cowboys, son of Jerry Jones. And I want you to listen to his comments here to a media question.
Obviously, we're also evaluating where it didn't go right, in terms of, this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl. And obviously,
okay, the part you couldn't see is when he said this drought people say we're in from the NFC Championship game or Super Bowl, he did air quotes. He said, this air quotes drought people say we're in. Dude, you stupid, idiot, moron, Nepo baby guy who has gotten his position because Jerry Jones carried you around in his you-know-what for years and then let loose, and you showed up in the world. That is 100% your qualification to do this job. You're insulting your fans and the media by saying, air quotes, this drought people say we're in. Hey, douche, you're 15 years older on your NFC Championship drought than the second worst team, the Chicago Bears. You haven't made the NFC Championship this millennium. It's not air quotes. You and your daddy are completely inept when it comes to running a football team, and it's arguably the biggest franchise in the NFL. It certainly is money-wise, but I'm talking about overall. It's not Texas's team. It's America's team. I hate the Cowboys, but I acknowledge that the NFL is better when the Dallas Cowboys are good, and they haven't been relevant in the postseason in a long, long time. He goes out and he does that, and I don't understand why these guys aren't getting called out more by more than just the peripheral media. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about other people that aren't in that market. Jerry Jones has his thumb on the neck of every media member in that market. And Jason, look, we've heard from fans before, like, well, why don't you say that to the back of the press? Why aren't you asking Sacramento media? I understand the plight of media and how you have to manage relationships so that you can get access sometimes. And it's easier to sit on your couch and say, why don't you say this, than actually being there in the room. But dude, at some point, someone in Dallas or the DFW area or a national writer that comes in, somehow they have to realize at some point that if for no other reason, the amount of national credibility somebody is going to get by simply speaking up at a press conference saying, Jerry, are you this stupid? Like you and your son are terrible. And here's the numbers. And at what point do you step? Nobody asked if they were going to step aside.
Well, and don't you think, I mean, I can't speak for the media there, but seemingly the way some of the things operate there, would that be their last press conference?
He's already, I mean, you remember earlier, you remember earlier, what was it, about a year ago, where he damn near had to tried to get the radio host fired.
Yes.
for asking him questions, for having the audacity to ask him very, very legitimate questions. And again, it's almost like I almost get. It's like getting mad at a honey badger for trying to bite your face off. Like, that's just who they are. Like, it's like I shouldn't be mad at Jerry and Stephen Jones. They're morons when it comes to football. They're surrounded by yes men and have been forever. They're not sane individuals. Nobody tells them no and hasn't for decades. But I really just don't understand. I want to talk to every single Cowboy fan that comes across and be like, how are you still a Cowboy fan? Like, please justify to me watching them on TV, putting money in the sponsors' pockets, and especially the local ones that could boycott the stadium or just stop getting season tickets, that could boycott their sponsors, that could picket outside. Like, those are the ones I blame. I actually literally blame the fans for the Cowboys because they refuse to do anything about it, and they just open their mouth and take it year after year after year after year.
So I'll enjoy it.
I guess. Jason, you've got some stuff here too, by the way.
Yeah, you were talking about, let's see, do you want some more from Jerry, or are we playing that one from Jerry or not yet?
Well, we just got on Stephen Jones. That's the main Jerry clip we have. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind rolling that one. That's an interesting one.
Let me make sure I find the right, where did I go? Okay, here you go. This is the one that we were talking about something yesterday here from Jerry Jones.
I think this might make something special. So I'm all behind. To say the very least, I'm all in here.
No, that's not the one. Here it is.
Not it.
All right, wrong one. This is the one that we were circulating amongst the show text thread.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
What?
Very low percentage.
What?
You heard him.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
What? I thought I knew what that meant.
And you want to take that away from the Cowboy Nation.
I mean, I didn't. Smiles and glory holes. That was. Oh, you know what? Those are the guys that are with Bilbo and Baggins doing the morning shows.
Nice. They have crosstalk.
Tune in for Smiles and Glory Holes this Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Wow. All right, Jerry. Also, by the way, let me just clean this up too. There's some discourse here because I want to clarify here on the text line at 916-339-1140. How could you blame fans for how the Cowboys are? What's the difference then between being a Cowboys fan or an Athletics fan? Athletics fans did something about it. They literally stopped going to games. They picketed. They used their voices in every single way possible, and they got screwed by ownership and they got screwed by the league. It's not. This isn't that technical. Raider Ted is confusing loyalty here. Well, you can hate your owner and love your team. I'm not asking anybody to stop loving the Cowboys. I'm saying you need to take action out of love for the Cowboys. If you continue to open your mouths and your wallet and take it from Jerry Jones each and every year, and you have the same exact result, and you go back and you write that check and you go year after year after year, and I'm not talking about a team that's just historically bad, makes stupid decisions like the Kings. I'm talking about a team that has a dictator at the top that absolutely refuses to move or do anything about it, and the fans are caught in limbo. They have the choice to not go to these games, to not participate, to put Jerry against the wall and force his hand, and they refuse to do it. So how am I supposed to feel bad for them? How am I supposed to feel bad for them when they can control the outcome? Not today, not tomorrow, not next year, but if they organize and they do something and they take action, yeah, they can force Jerry's hand at some point, but they refuse. It's like sheep. Anyways, go ahead.
No, you're right. I mean, that's the one way to do it. It's just there's so many fans. He's built that palace. They all show up, and it would take a really huge effort. But how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, dude? was it something? What did he say? What did Jerry say? It's not all what and glory things.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
I want that shirt, dude. I want no class, no balls, and smiles and glory holes on the back. All right. Are we past the break? Sorry. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, NBA notes, Jimmy Butler has been suspended indefinitely, and an old friend still trying to break back into the league. We'll also get to a little mini standings watch as well. Got some Kings to talk about. We'll do it next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Ad paid for by RFA Cancellation. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-823-1687. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-823-1687. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-823-1687. That's 800-823-1687. Again, 800-823-1687.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from JiffyLube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
Make a smarter resolution this year. Grab the keys to a new Toyota hybrid and turn everyday drives into exciting adventures. Now is the time to shop great deals. Choose between 16 Toyota hybrid models from the longest-lasting brand on the road. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care, 2 years of complimentary scheduled maintenance. Go further with more MPG in a new Toyota hybrid.
Grab the keys, come on, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Full disclosure here, I probably haven't been sleeping. Normally I don't sleep that much anyways. I probably haven't been sleeping as much as I normally do with the travel. So I think I've been a little grouchy the last couple of days, and I want to catch myself on something one of our texters is saying. Michael in the on the YouTube chat. He says, hey, say what you want about the Cowboys. I absolutely hate them, but they generally put out a good product. They just don't do it in the playoffs. And push back a little bit from myself, and actually Russell's a huge Cowboys fan, and he's pushing back. You know, Michael said, hey, they're 12-5 the last 3 years. And his point is they generally win more than they lose by a decent amount, and they put out a good product. And I want to stop myself because that's a little bit of sports snobbery I'm being guilty of. And we've had this conversation before, Jason, just philosophically. Not everybody has to be a psychotic sports fan like me, or, you know, you're far less psychotic, but you're a massive, massive fan. Like, some people just want to go to the game. They want to see the dancers and the fireworks, and they want to see their team win. And yeah, they want to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, they want to win in the playoffs, but man, they want to eat some good food. They want their kids to have a good time. And, you know, there's probably a larger section of that type of fan, whether it's in Dallas or Sacramento, than it is us ding-dongs. They're like, well, actually, if they're playing the 1-4 box zone this with Fox, and then you come out there and, yeah, they won by 16, but it's just not good enough again. Like, we're actually the weirdos. Because I honestly think 70% of every fan base is like, I just want to see a good game. I want to see us win more than we lose. I want to see some cool entertainment, maybe a firework, maybe a Hello Kitty bag, and I want to go and eat some licorice and popcorn and watch the game and go home. And yeah, I hope we win a title, but if we don't, as long as the product's good, I don't care. I mean, maybe I'm the one being naive about the whole thing when it comes to the Cowboys. Honestly. Yeah,
I mean, I think we've talked about this kind of thing before, like an interesting case study. Let's just stick with the Cowboys, who, I mean, to the texter's point or the chat, it's actually true. I mean, they have been a winning organization. Now then there's the layers. Define that. No, they haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time. But more often than not, they are flirting or in the playoffs, flirting with it or getting there. So would you rather be, let's just stick with their division, a team like the Cowboys that's, for the most part, consistently good, always in the news, that kind of thing, or the Giants that have actually been really bad, but they have 2 Super Bowls in the last, 15 years. I mean, more times than not, they've been awful, but they've got 2 rings. So, like, what's probably more people would take the Super Bowls, I guess, but kind of on the year-to-year basis when the Giants are winning 4 to 7 games, but have snuck in with 2 Super Bowls, where the Cowboys are winning, 7 to 13 games and not winning enough titles for anybody's as a Cowboys fan's liking.
It really is kind of a culture thing, just a fan base culture thing. I had told you that last weekend the soccer team I work for had lost their first match since October 1st. And the discourse amongst the fan base is just, I always try to compare it to back home. There are, imagine in NBA language, if the Kings were playing in whatever league was below the G League, and that's pretty much what the soccer team is playing in, 3rd tier English football. There are a large contingent of fans that say we'd actually rather play 2 levels lower than we are right now, but win all the time and play great football, great soccer, then play at this level or the level above and play boring soccer and win. So it's not just about winning. It's about winning. It's about winning in the style that they want you to win. And different teams over there, they actually have, like, you know how we often will say, like, Detroit's known for defense and grit and all that, but it's really just kind of what we say. Like, over there are actually soccer clubs where managers will get fired if they don't play in the style that historically that fan base wants to see. And then beyond that, you have to win. You have to win in the style they want you to win. But if you're in a lower league, if you're a club that's used to being in a higher league, you're in a lower league. Oh, well, we just beat the 2nd place team. Yeah, dude, we're in 3rd tier. Who cares? So you also have to beat the right level of competition. And I just bring that up, Jason, just to say that different fans want different things. Different cultures want different things. And just thank God we're not an English soccer fan base, because those guys are loons. I love them, but my goodness gracious.
Just loons.
Just loons. Anyway. The Miami Heat have suspended Jimmy Butler indefinitely. Pat Riley has laid down the gauntlet. And we talked about this a little bit earlier in leading off, Jason, but let's first off, I just want to, since De'Aaron Fox is on everybody's mind, I do want to compare and contrast. And to be fair, most people are, I still do hear the occasional, well, the Rich Paul thing really threw everything off. It's like, no, look at what Jimmy Butler's doing. Like, De'Aaron Fox is like a tuxedo wearing, cane wielding, top hat wearing gentleman compared to what Jimmy Butler is doing right now in Miami. And by the way, they've made the finals. They've had success. You're in Miami. You're making a ton of money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's gotten to the point where I guess Butler walked out of practice. It's just conduct detrimental. He's running the same Minnesota playbook. And I remember I saw I forget who it was in the media, national media, saying, yeah, they're doing this right now, and he'll probably get the bulk of this money back, because when you're suspended, you're not making money. But I guess it was he found out that Haywood Highsmith was going to start over him walked out of practice, which Miami then said it's refusal to provide services. So that is a breach of contract. Now, Jason, this could get really interesting. And I think the least interesting thing would be he gets traded. That seems like it's going to happen. The second least interesting thing would be they just bench him the rest of the year, and then they go to the union and they fight back and forth about his money. But Jason, would you put it out of the realm of possibility that Jimmy Butler would be so petty that instead of being suspended and losing money so that he couldn't say he was withholding services, that he showed up and he just lollygagged through practice, and then we actually would see a situation? I'm serious about this now, where Eric Spoelstra would put Jimmy Butler in a game and he would just obviously play horrible, just two-hand shots, jogging around the floor, accidentally throwing the ball. Like, I think that kind of thing's on the table for Jimmy Butler right now.
That's sad. I mean, that's I would hate for it to even I hate to where it's already gotten for him, for Miami, an organization that's pretty respected. Jimmy Butler has been respected even with some of his past exits at some of these teams. And I'm going to stick with kind of what Sam said to us, Dave, about 2 weeks ago or so. He's like, the people really close to Jimmy are just honestly a little bit surprised by this. It's just something's a bit off. Now, obviously something's not working for him there, and he wants out. It's not the first player to ever have this feeling, but the way he's going about it, the way they're forced to go about it, it's compromising the Heat now. It's making it harder to trade him. They don't need all 30 teams to want him. They just need one, and I've got to believe that list is getting smaller too, just because of his age, and what the contract he's going to want after this season.
That's well said. We will continue to follow the saga of Jimmy Buckets. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings get back in the win column. We want to give you a chance to benefit from that. If you listened at 1-800-920-1140, that's 1-800-920-1140. It is time for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. You simply remember the drive of the game. You tell us what it was. You got a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube. We'll get to that winner, and we'll recap last night's game, along with Domantas Sabonis, the big star of the game, along with the Aaron Fox, talking to G-Man afterwards, right here on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
You'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The best mornings
in the morning light.
Start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We could all use more time
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Power Up Series brought to you by Swiffer Power Mop. Using a mop and bucket is not the only way to get your floors clean. There's a quicker way. Kick the bucket with the Swiffer Power Mop. It has built-in solution that breaks down dirt and grime, and a pad with 300-plus scrubbing strips that absorb and lock sticky messes. Brought to you by the Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one cleaning tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. This week, get ready for Companion, the IMAX experience.
There have been 2 moments in my life when I was happiest. The first was the day I met Josh, and the second, the day I killed him.
The best place to experience this psychological thriller is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen with heart-pounding audio that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
The days of you controlling me are over.
Get your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento. And don't miss Companion, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
KHTK-HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. We are ever so close to Sean Salisbury at 8:13, halfway through the program. And Jason, I understand we have a contestant for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. The Jiffy Lube drive of the game, by the way, I should say, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Please, of course, listen to the G-Man each and every game right here on Sacktown Sports. And if you do and you pay attention, you might be like our next caller we have up, and an opportunity to win a $100 gift card, right, Jay?
That's right. And I think our first one is Oscar.
Oscar,
welcome in.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Hey.
Oh, great.
How are you, Oscar?
Doing well, thank you.
Well, I got a question for you if you have a second. Last night, the Kings played the Brooklyn Nets, and we'd like to know, what was the play in which Gary Gerald said, that's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game?
It was the first quarter, Domas to Malik for 2 to make it 20-15.
Oh, very specific again, Dave.
Okay, well, all right, let's see.
Kings come back quickly. Sabonis, the monk, up and under, move, scores on a magical reverse. What a spectacular end-to-end push. Great pass from Sabonis and a twisting reverse by Malik Monk. Let's take care of business early. That's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:45. Your chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
Congratulations. We got ourselves a winner. Oscar.
Way to go, Oscar.
Got yourself a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube, whether it's an oil change, windshield wipers, so much more. And all we ask of you, you've already won it, this is just for posterity, is if you could tell us what radio station makes all your Jiffy Lube $100 gift certificate dreams come true.
That'd be Sacktown Sports 1140.
Boom!
I mean, come on, dude. That guy even had a great voice.
Hang on, Oscar.
We should just... We should honestly just put a whole montage of these together for one show in the summer and play them back to back.
So that's like the bar. Oscar was great.
Oscar was fantastic. Thank you, Oscar. Kenneth in the chat says, is there a better radio announcer than the G-Man? No, there's not.
We're so lucky, right? I mean, it's still going, still amazing. Brings it every time. And he was living his best life, took in a couple of shows in New York, called a Kings win over the Nets. I mean, come on.
Before we get to, because we're going to get to a little Kingsing in this segment, I saw this during the break, and we're also going to get to Sabonis post game with the G-Man. With Pete Carroll at 73, now coaching the Las Vegas Raiders, wanted to ask you guys, just for funsies, we play celebrity birthdays all the time. This is a little bit of a twist. I want you to give me the age this coach was when he coached his final NFL game. We'll start with Don Shula.
Oh, wow. I'm going to say 74.
74. Christopher Lott.
He was taking the call. So, Chris, the question was, how old was? Yeah, go ahead.
Don Shula? Sorry, how old was Don Shula? His final game that he coached.
He was 71.
71. Chris is closer. 65.
What?
How about Tom Landry?
Man, he got that Medicare and was out.
His final game coaching, Tom Landry. How old? Christopher Lott.
57.
57. Jason Ross.
63.
64 years old, almost on the dot. Chuck Noll, Pittsburgh Steelers. His final game coaching, how old was he?
59.
Christopher Lott.
55.
We have a correct answer. Chuck Noll of the Pittsburgh Steelers was 59 the last year he coached a game. Congratulations, Jason. A couple more here. Bill Walsh. Oh, Jason.
For the 49ers or for
his final NFL game?
NFL. Okay. 62.
63.
57 years old. Last one, John Madden. Final game as a coach. How old was John Madden?
40. No, 37.
44.
I'm going to give you both. I'm going to give you both credit, Chris. You technically got 42 years old. His final game as a head coach. Vince Lombardi was 56. Curly Lambeau was 55. Paul Brown, 67. Pete Carroll, 73 years old. 11 months. By the start of next season, he will be 74, coaching his first game for the Las Vegas Raiders. How about that, said Mel Allen.
He will be 20 years older than John Madden was when he coached his last NFL games.
It's insane. But also, it's kind of like...
Did I say 20? 30 years older.
30 years. At 30, yeah, geez, 30, yeah. And when you... it's like when you see that picture of Tom Brady next to George Blanda at 37, like modern day things work. Like people are not aging, like they used to. But that win last night, that's aging well with me, by the way, even though after the game, I was like, oh, well, okay, we won. Now I'm just thinking, hey, you know what? We won. We're 1-2 on the trip with a chance to go 2-2 in Philadelphia. And Domantas Sabonis was massive as usual in this game. Just good old underrated Domantas Sabonis in a team high 41 minutes, had a team high 22 rebounds, had a team high 10 assists, had a team high 6 turnovers, also 21 points, which was second to De'Aaron Fox's 30. Jason, I heard a rumor that he joined Gary Gerold, the legendary Gary Gerold, after the game. Is that rumor correct?
Yeah, not just a rumor. It is fact. And here's their discussion immediately following the win by the Kings.
Domantas Sabonis now with the headset on. Domas, congratulations on the victory and back-to-back triple doubles. And my goodness, I worry about the punishment that you take on a nightly basis. I know you try to shrug it off and not make a big deal of it, but man, it's got to hurt when you hit the floor the way you did tonight.
Today, I don't know. Today might be actually painful later. I'll have to see. It's been bothering me a bit, but I'll be good.
And it's the elbow and the left hand.
Elbow and the finger, yeah. It's weird. I don't even remember, but it's purple and blue, but we'll figure it out.
Well, and then you get thrown down by Claxton there with a flagrant situation. I thought we were in the wrong sport for a while.
No, it's all good. We're just competing.
How do you deal with that on a nightly basis?
I'm used to it. I'm a big, that's our job. We got to go out there and fight for our teammates, and it's been like that ever since I started playing.
How badly did this club need this kind of a turnaround and walk off the floor with a decisive victory?
Big. It's been a tough start to the road trip with the scheduling and just not getting the wins and performing how we want to, and this was a good one. I think our defense is pretty good, so we just got to keep building on that.
Yeah, defensive opportunities. There are multiple of turnovers that forced opportunities. Keegan got a couple of easy baskets early in the fourth quarter. Nice to see your pal De'Aaron Fox, shaking off some of the shooting woes.
Yeah, he was great today. He was aggressive. He was making plays. He was poised when they started doubling team, and we won today because of him. He was big time.
Tomas, we always thank you for your time, and we wish you well. I know that you take some time and recuperate before going to Philly. And
another tough one.
Yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday night.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Domantas Sabonis.
I didn't like how quickly he was to say, much like Fox has been kind of denying the finger or anything that's affecting his game. Domas like, yeah, it does kind of hurt today, and it's purple and blue, the finger. I don't know what happened there, but certainly the elbow that he fell on. So this is kind of a how does he feel today and tomorrow type thing to me.
Oh, get over it, Sabonis. Stop being so soft.
Toughen up. This guy, just a glass house.
I did not have the opportunity, though I'm in New York, to go see the Kings in Brooklyn last night. But, Jason, I'm thinking about doing something later tonight. I wanted to get your opinion on this. Now, it would be about a 3-hour car ride, but could be worth it. I'm thinking of driving 2 hours and 43 minutes from New York, going all the way to the north part of the state to a little town I like to call Clifton Park.
Hey,
because
I'm walking here.
There is a varsity doubleheader high school game featuring both the boys and girls teams from Shaker and Shenandoah High School. They'll be playing at Clifton Park. The girls start at 5:30. The boys start at 7:15. Now, you might be asking yourself, Dave, why would you even consider driving 3 hours to go watch high school basketball from teams and schools you've never heard of, right? I'll bet you're asking yourself that, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where Kevin Huerter will be getting his jersey retired tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
A 2016 Shenandoah graduate. He led the boys basketball team to a Class 2A state championship in 2015 and the state semifinals the next year before playing 2 years at Maryland. And then the Hawks drafted him. Of course, he ended up with the Sacramento Kings. I just saw the release, and I'm in the Times Union, and I'm looking at a picture, and it's a little baby Velvet. It's just a little baby Velvet. He's got a little baby Velvet. It's so cute. I'm not driving up there, but here, let me show you. Okay, all right. I know we have a delay, but look at it. Look at it. Look at him. He's just so little, right?
A little feller.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy playing a little basketball, getting his jersey retired.
That's awesome.
I'll be there in spirit.
Always.
By the way,
I know a lot of people were trying to read into that DNP for him yesterday.
Yeah, that's the thing is that look, I love Kevin Huerter, and I feel like I shouldn't have to say this every time, but I say this with all due respect. If they're actively trying to trade him, and if you're so bad you're getting DNPs, that's really bad. Like, they don't want him to be out of the rotation for many reasons, but one of those is they don't want to not showcase him. So his trade value is pretty much at this point just contract room. He's got such little. I'm sure it's going to be one of those, well, maybe a new environment type of things, but man, he. By the way, how do you think he'd react if I just randomly went up to him tonight? It was just like, hey, man, thought I'd make the drive up.
No, I thought I'd fly out here for this. It's important to me.
I actually flew out. I saw it, Kevin. I got on a plane. I flew out here. I drove 3 hours up from Manhattan. Had to see you, dude, man. Congratulations. And I gave him some C's candies.
And then you're like, I got to go.
I got to get back.
I was in the area.
I honestly think he would. I honestly think that would shock him quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it should.
Then we take a selfie and I move on.
Yeah.
Then I say, "Can you come on the show?"
Right.
That's why I came out here. I do a little post game interview with him, a little post retirement interview with him. Get him to trade. Maybe he would give me his retired jersey. We could exchange. I'd give him like my my quarter zip.
Yeah, jersey swap.
By the way, are you wearing a hoodie or you're not wearing a quarter zip, are you? Okay.
I have a hoodie.
That'd be weird. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, hey, it's Sean Salisbury time, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the NFC and AFC championships and so much fallout from that to go over. Sean joins us next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
How about you try something new this year? A resolution to enjoy what you drive. And the only way to guarantee that is at Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And it's not just because they're centrally located right across from Hagan Oaks Golf Course or their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. It's because their general manager, Chuck Dean, and this team, they really take the time to get to know you and your goals. To them, it's not just about a car sale. It's about building generational relationships with someone you can trust. That's why people come from all over, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, it's where a handshake still means something.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Sean Salisbury will join us. Is he ready yet? Oh, he is ready. Well, without further ado, then, the one, the only, the lovely, the talented. He joins us each and every Tuesday right at this time from Houston, Texas, where he just got done hosting his award-winning morning radio show. Sean Salsbury. Good morning, my man.
How are you guys doing today, man?
Well, we're not the Buffalo Bills. We're not Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I know you've been talking about it a lot like the rest of us, Sean. Let me ask you this. The comparison I heard that really stuck with me with Josh Allen was Patrick Ewing. Could also say Gary Payton. The number of players, the Hall of Fame top-tier talent players that were blocked by Michael Jordan. I know there's still a lot of career left for Mahomes and a lot of career left for Allen, but kind of seems like he's shaping up to be one of those guys blocked by somebody who's just a tad greater than he is.
Yeah, and the team's better, meaning the other team. They're just a step ahead of everybody. Listen, I hear this, I heard it, growing up with Karl Malone and Stockton. You just mentioned Peyton. You mentioned, Barkley. There's guys that, that haven't won a championship that you say, I hear this a lot to Marino. Well, they deserve the championship. Now, while we'd love to have them get Steve Largent, a teammate of mine, well, they deserve a championship when they actually win it. So I don't ever look and say, hell, I deserve the championship, but I didn't get one. Well, watch it, do it. Clipboard gets heavy sometimes. So the truth is, while you'd love to see it, you deserve it when you win it. Now, at a time, and think about this, guys, Dave and Jason, that you're in his AFC. Lamar's in the prime of his career. Josh Allen's in the prime of his career. Mahomes is in the prime of his career. Tua is a pretty damn good player. Stroud's just reaching his stride. They're waiting on Trevor Lawrence. You start to look at the AFC Herbert, Bo Nix. I mean, you start to look at the AFC quarterbacks and how long you got to go to get through it. I mean, if not Kansas City, then who, right? So, and they're not going away anytime soon. They win with all kinds of different players and ways. They're the best situational team, even at times when they don't look pretty doing it. They're the best situational team. You need 4 yards on third down, they get it. The other team gets 3 a lot of times. So, you're right. This guy's great. Would it be great to see him in one? Yes. Hell, Jim Kelly deserved one. Went to 4 straight and they didn't get one. So, the team and coaching, whatever it is, and the officials, it's nice that they like the Kansas City Chiefs at times too, but that's not the only reason Kansas City wins. I know people like to spray that narrative. Listen, they're just a little better than you on 3rd and 8. They're just a little better than you on their punt return. They're just a little better than you inside 2 minutes. And they've proven that time and time again. It's a bummer because Josh Allen, you say, what more can he do? I don't know, but it's going to have to be another level and even better players. And they got good players, but it's the gauntlet you got to get through in the AFC is brutal. And unfortunately for Josh, he keeps running into a guy that if he's got the ball last, they find a way to win it.
Yeah, Sean, I was thinking about the 2 teams that lost. Like Washington to look at. I mean, they made just all of the mistakes in one game. They hadn't been making any in the postseason. Right. Then they do all that. They can look at that. If you're Buffalo, kind of to your point, like they're right there. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't make there wasn't a lot that they did wrong, but there was just enough. And so what do you think Buffalo's thinking this offseason where they basically are there, but they couldn't get over the hump? What is that extra step for them?
Yeah, and think about it. Their play call, McDermott's an Andy Reid, he's a pupil. He was with Andy when they were in Philly. Think about, the Josh Allen and Joe Brady. Think about what Joe Brady's done. The best year we ever saw a college quarterback have was Joe Burrow. That was his coach. One of the best seasons we've ever seen a quarterback have, Josh Allen, his coach. There's a head coaching job at some point waiting on Joe Brady, but I digress. And you're right. The Washington Philadelphia, they dismantled them. Philadelphia played great. Hurts played great. And Washington picked the wrong time to turn it over a bunch of times. You just can't do it on the road against good teams. They'll learn a valuable lesson from that with a rookie quarterback who's special. With Buffalo, you don't turn it over. You're like, my gosh, the pressure of the playoffs. I did this. I made plays. And you know what it comes down to? Well, what they're thinking this offseason. And a coach's number one job, and I mean this sincerely, and it sounds cold, but it's true. A coach's number one job is to look for somebody better than the guy they got. Every position. Now, you're not going to find him at every position, but my job as a coach every year is to find, every day, to find a guy better than you. And if you can't find him, that's a good thing. Not in a negative way, but that's what I'm always looking for on a team. And as the player, your job is to make it miserable that you can't replace me. So they both are working in that. And unfortunately, as good as Buffalo is, think about this. The throw that, the last blitz that Spagnuolo put on, they hadn't corner blitz the whole time. In college, it's easier because the hash marks are wider. That corner blitz that comes off the boundary. This in the middle of the field, they blitz a corner they haven't done all year long. Boom. On 4th and 10, 4th, 11, catches him off guard. He has to throw off balance. Normally, the blitz has been coming in. Spagnuolo's guts. That's one thing. The ball hits Dalton Kincaid. It's 2 feet out. You got to catch it. That catch Kelsey makes. I'm not saying Kincaid's not a good player. My point is that a 3rd and 3, a quarterback sneak that you come up short on. Not that you don't get them most of the time, but against Kansas City, they stuff you and then force you. And then what do? You get the ball out to Kareem Hunt on a swing pass or somebody else on a screen, first down. So you go back and look at that game. There won't be 40 plays different. There'll be 6 or 8 plays that were different that Kansas City did execute. And whether it's offense or defense, Buffalo didn't. Whether it's having a chance at an interception, ball hits the ground. Whether it's you have the quarterback in your grasp, boom, you let him go. Or whether it's 3rd and 11 or 2nd 11, whatever it was, and Mahomes did what they don't do very often, a designed RPO run to get him on the edge, and he scores. So those types of things, they just do a little bit better than you. So this offseason, you're going to try to find even better players. They could use a few more playmakers. And you're going to just try to find what's the remedy or the recipe of us making the one play that Kansas City makes. I wish it was that easy for me to sell it to you guys because we'd all be rich. But Josh Allen's not the only one going to face that. Lamar Jackson, all of them continue to face it. Oh, and we left out Joe Burrow's pretty good in Cincinnati too. So the gauntlet, let's not forget him. So I wish I had the answer, Jace. I really do. But they're going to go try to find better players, and the coaches, that you're just smarter than Andy Reid or Steve Spagnuolo. And for the last 3 years, nobody's been able to execute it better than that team.
Amen. Sean Salisbury joining us. I mean, we could spend a whole show talking about that. I got to ask you though. I can't stand the Cowboys. I'm a Niner fan, but I understand that the NFL is better when the Cowboys are good, that they are one of the most important franchises in the NFL. I know that you're in Houston.
Dave, just ask them. They'll make sure they tell you that too.
And honestly, that's the thing, Sean. I know you're in Houston, but you're in Texas. You're closer to the whole situation. For the life of me, I was watching the press conference yesterday, and Stephen Jones, Jerry's kid, the Nepo baby, the NFL, was talking about and he used air quotes, so-called drought people say we're in. You saw the clip. And dude, they are 15 years longer in a drought for the NFC title game even appearing than the next worst team, the Chicago Bears. I know I'm being long-winded here, but dude, I also know it's easy to say things about the media because you're not in the room. It's not your job. It's none of that. I, for the life of me, do not understand why nobody is confronting Jerry and Stephen Jones and saying, guys, how are you not stepping aside? How do you not see how big of failures you are when it comes to doing things in the playoffs?
They're afraid to. I'm not dog. There's a lot of great media. I got a lot of buddies here.
Yeah.
Now, some will, but I honestly, it gets to the point that, now listen, I'll be honest. Jerry and Stephen always been good to me. I love Jerry. I think he's the greatest marketer in the world. Yeah. I think he's a fun dude to be. He's a fun press. Hey, listen, he's fun to listen to because if you want to know how good he is, just ask him. I mean, I love him. But Jerry Jones, the owner, would have fired himself 25 times since the midnight, whatever, however many years it's been, he would have. But that's going to prevent them from getting where they want to get. It's the ego and pride. And I'll tell you the best word to describe them. Just on the football side, they're a delusional franchise. When you put the air quotes about how long's it been, it's been that long. You haven't said there's teams that you're looking at. You guys are the best not to win a championship in the last. So it just keeps happening, but it's the same reason over and over. It keeps repeating itself. Stuff you would never let somebody you hired in the building, a coach, do. Your assistant general manager. You would never allow that in Jerry's big businesses. If somebody kept missing on advertising or on marketing in his company, he would have got rid of him. And he won't do it to himself, and he never will. I could have guaranteed. I promise you. I said on my show, the guy they're going to hire. And listen, I loved Marty Schottenheimer, a class family and a hell of a coach, and their coach, his son Brian Schottenheimer, has been a great assistant for a long time. But I could have told you this was going to happen. They were never hiring Deion Sanders because he would have been the biggest name and face and voice in the building. That's never going to happen. They're delusional. Excuse me. They're delusional. I'm even getting choked up over it. They were going to hire Kellen Moore. They're going to hire Jason Garrett. They're going to hire Dave Campo. Anybody that Brian Schottenheimer begging for his first opportunity gets it. They weren't going to hire anybody that's a bigger name or that threatens the throne. That wasn't going to happen. So you get good football guys, but are they great leaders? We don't know until, quite frankly, we get there. So for me, guys, it is. I don't know why they don't call him out because it drives me nuts. I think it's the fear of Jerry controls everything. Even if he doesn't, there's this perception that he does. So it scares people, and he's not going anywhere. That will never change until he passes away, and that may be 30 more years knowing Jerry.
But what about the national media, Sean? I'm sorry, but why doesn't the national media do it?
I promise you, I'm with you. Why? What are you afraid of? To challenge him on, you know how he gets mad if it's not a football game? Well, I am a football guy. And I have no problem looking at Jerry and saying, Jerry, have you ever thought that the only way to win a championship is if you replace yourself and be the great owner you are and hire a football guy? And if he's got a problem with it, oh well, what's he going to do? Take my scholarship? I'm not employed by him. He doesn't sign so I don't really give a rat's ass, but I don't know if it's the fear or if somebody's telling him, don't ask him. I don't know, Dave. And it's a great point. And I don't have the answer for you because it's maddening, because the truth of the matter is the way this franchise steps forward is by getting out of the comfort zone. And Jerry's comfort zone is in the hallway after a game, making sure he's the focus. And it will always be a detriment. Yeah. And they don't have good enough players to overcome him. They just don't.
Yeah. Sean, one last thought real quick on the Raiders and Pete Carroll. Your thought on that hire?
I think it's awesome. I could care less. I don't need a 30-something coach or a 70. I don't need to make the decision based on age. If it's Sean McVay, hire him. If it's Kyle Shanahan, in between, hire him. If it's a guy that's in his 70s, hire him. I'm going by energy. Can you get buy-in? And is there passion? And will you lead? And Pete's proven that at SC. He's proven it at Seattle. Another challenge for him. You knew when Pete walked in the Seattle situation, he wasn't done. At least he didn't want to be. And he brings a great energy, a great resume. Hiring great assistant coaches will be paramount for my Raiders. I love the fact that they did this because you got a guy with experience but acts like he's 30. He does. That's his energy. So bring that to the building. But once again, you got to get good players. He got Russ Wilson early in his career, as a rookie. He went out and got that great defense. You got to get good players. And even Mark Davis has to allow Pete and the general manager get talent, because it's great. All it's fun and games. But if you don't have players, you can't do it. So you've started well. Now you got the head coach. Find me whatever quarterback you think is going to get you to the next level and give me personnel. I think it's a great hire. And I think and when people say retread, this isn't this is a retread with rings on his, ring on his finger and college rings. Put it this way, considering what they've done over the last handful of years, I don't think this is a real risky hire. You could have hired somebody with a lot more risk. I like it.
We got to go. We're way over. But as we leave, I'll just say this. It just occurred to me listening to you talk, Sean. Pete Carroll has to be literally, other than family, your favorite person in the world. National championship with USC. Now he's the Raiders coach. That's your guy. That's both your teams, dude. You got to be stoked.
And he got a title for one, a couple titles for one, and I'll take one. And the only reason I don't like him is because I'm not calling his plays. Other than that, I love him.
Appreciate you, brother. I know we got a dead week this weekend, but we're going to have a ton to talk about, and we will get to you next Tuesday. Always appreciate you joining us.
Look forward to it, man. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care. That is Sean Salisbury. We're way late when we come back. 4 down territory coming up next.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from jiffylube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery.
One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery Hammer and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Hey, it's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and the regular season is over, but the high hand bonuses, those are not. $500 per primetime football game, whether it's weekend, Monday night, whatever it may be. And those bonuses available until the season ends, including the big game on February 9th. Capital Casino, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Our thanks to Sean Salisbury. If you missed it or you even missed part of it, he is must-listen radio. And it's a good guest. And we've had Sean on for years, but I do find myself oftentimes, Chris will say in our ear, hey, we got a break, keeping us on time, and it just, the interview flies by. We could have done an hour with Sean, absolutely no problem. He'll be back with us next Tuesday to preview the Super Bowl, and I'm sure there will be more NFL things to speak of. We're going to get to 4 down territory in just a second. I hope this audio still works here, because speaking of the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, I didn't see this yesterday. This was the introduction of Brian Schottenheimer. There was a couple introductions made by the MC, whoever that was at the event, and I thought you guys might get a kick. If you're wondering just how the mood is in Dallas, can you hear this?
Our new.
Could you hear that? Okay, good. Here's the full clip.
Our new Dallas Cowboys head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
All right. Yeah. New coach.
And Chief Operating Officer, Executive Vice President of Player Personnel, and co-owner, Stephen Jones.
All right. Yeah. That's not Dr. Dude.
Wow. That was warm.
It's bad when the guy getting introduced to absolute silence acknowledges how funny it is that it's absolute silence. And Jason, you've been around these types of things before. He is a co-owner, and if it is a kingdom, he is the crown prince of the Dallas Cowboys. Anytime you have an event like this, not only are the principals and the media in the room, but they're all flanked by PR people, executive vice presidents, the whole corporate structure of the Dallas Cowboys. And they're the first ones usually to clap super loud and make
Right.
noise. And then you've seen it many times. They didn't even clap for him.
And that's a lot of times that group just tries to get that going in an over aggressive way to encourage everyone else to do it. And wow, that was crickets.
They act like I do at our Christmas party when somebody sings. They are aggressively clapping, and yet none of that there, Jason.
You're a good cheerleader. You encourage.
I encourage, baby. 4 down territory starts right meow. Or no.
We've got to be very quick here.
Let's go.
Is there a better division of head coaches in the NFL than the AFC West?
No.
No.
There isn't. There's not. It's not particularly close. That is, you've got probably 4 Hall of Fame coaches in that division.
Yeah, a lot of rings too with Peyton, Harbaugh, Carroll, Reed. Yeah, that's stacked.
Carroll, Reed. Second down, please.
Yes. What has been the best head coach hire of the offseason?
It could be Ben Johnson in Chicago. I don't know what Ben Johnson's going to be as a head coach, and it's the Josh McDaniels rule. You might be a really good coordinator, and you might suck as a head coach. So I'm going to say so far, I think it's Pete Carroll. I do. I said it earlier, I love this hire for the Raiders. He's the right hire at the right time in the right phase of where this team should be going. Let's just see if they now actually go there.
Yeah, I'm going to agree in this sense. So I've got 2. Like, there's a lot of new names, new opportunities, and history shows us one of those guys will probably be great, and others might be one-hit wonders and done. So I'm going to go on the names I know that have done well before and that I trust. So that's Pete Carroll, and I'm going to give a hat tip to Mike Vrabel. I think that's a good hire for the Patriots.
No, I don't disagree with you. And honestly, in both Vrabel and Carroll's cases, Jason, they're both going to win some games as coach, and they're probably both going to lose some as well.
Oh, good point.
Thank you.
Maybe even tie.
How will you fill your football fix over the next 2 weeks?
Well, probably by watching a lot of English soccer, a UFC, basketball. But your question was specifically NFL football. Honestly, in this week, NFL Network does a really good job, ESPN on occasionally, playing classic games. I'll probably wait for one that I'm interested in, maybe the Niners, maybe some past Super Bowls. I'll get in some games on the side here and there, but ultimately it's all about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think it's for me, it's kind of a wait for the game, and they'll pick up next week with the media week and all that stuff and some of the stories that, as we get closer to the game, the hype there. But yeah, that's what stinks. Like, I look forward to the season. I really love the regular season. Sundays are so great, but now we're down to one game to go, but it's the big one in a couple weeks. So I'll just wait patiently for the Super Bowl.
Man, next thing you know, it'll be 105 outside, and Jason will be happy.
Yes.
4th down, please.
Would you rather watch the Super Bowl with a Chiefs fan group or an Eagles fan group?
So I am going back and forth on who I want to win this game. It is incredibly, incredibly difficult. I don't want either team to win, but this is about the easiest question of this whole thing. Give me the Chiefs group all day, every day, on Sundays. No doubt about it. 100 trillion%. Unless it's something where, like, if I'll put a caveat there, Jason. If I can watch the game and the Philly fans, but they're all behind glass, like in an aquarium or something, where I can just observe them throwing poop at each other and stuff, maybe that would change my mind.
Best case scenario, they're just throwing poop at each other.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, not eating
it. And eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's probably the right answer. I'm in my mind, I was thinking is the Chiefs fan group, like, if it doesn't go well, going to be like, well, we've got the title last, are they going to do the title thing, or is just Philly? You're just kind of going on Philly's reputation.
Oh, I'm 100% going on Philly's reputation, but that reputation's well earned.
Yes, true.
Very, very well earned. We will take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and let's recap that 3 in the key. See how well we did. I don't think we did too well, but we'll see for the Kings and Nets before we get to the final hour of the program coming up right after this.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
This year, resolve to save on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy with $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on over 30 new half-ton Silverado LT and RST after rebate. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leases, and some other offers based on 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
There's no better time than the beginning of a new year to get ready to make good on all of those promises you've made to yourself about getting fit. And there's no better place than In Shape Fitness to get the ball rolling or bouncing. So grab some friends for a game of pickup basketball on our courts. Or stretch your limits in a yoga or Pilates class. In Shape personal trainers are standing by, just waiting for the opportunity to help you create a happy new you. We are In Shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is not cold, not warm, but who's hot?
Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, give him some love.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yesterday in the Kings' 110-96 win over the Brooklyn Nets, Sabonis had 21 points, 22 rebounds, 10 assists, and he shot 8 of 10 from the field. Sabonis is the second player in NBA history to record a game with 20 or more points, 20 more rebounds, and 10 or more assists while shooting 80% from the field. The other was
Bob Thompson.
No. Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh.
Who accomplished the feat 5 times in his career.
He was playing against plumbers, though.
Yeah.
Right?
And they had boots on and their belt with tools.
I like those boots.
They're made for walking, not for playing basketball.
That's right. Good for him. Well, if Domantas Sabonis is hot, the natural follow-up, who's not?
The Charlotte Hornets. At the start of the game last night against the Lakers, LeBron James entered the game with 41,421 points and 11,368 assists. That was more than the entire Hornets roster combined in their career.
I saw this. It's so insane, dude, that he has more in each of those categories than the Hornets. The actual, that, like, what? How is that even possible? But it is.
He's starting to put some space on that scoring title.
Yeah, he's
almost he is 3,000 more than Kareem now.
Well, that's Kareem's gonna have to come back and score some baskets, dude.
Yeah, or Carmelo.
No, I'm good.
Michael, Dirk.
Yeah. Bring Michael back. Could Michael Jordan, if he played, if Michael Jordan had 2 weeks to prepare,
give
him 2-week training camp, and he played, what would that put? Let's see, the Kings are 46 games into the season, so let's say 55, 75. Michael Jordan got 27 regular season games in which he averaged 30 minutes a game, would he break 10 points in any of those games?
Yes.
15?
I don't know, but I think he would break 10 in any of those games. Yeah.
He's 61. He's 61. 61.
You don't think if the spacing is set up and he is left for an open shot? I mean, he's not going to make them all, but he makes some shots. No, I'm not anticipating him, breaking down deep, but I don't know. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. I don't know. Could be wrong on that one.
No, yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think it'd be sad to watch.
Yeah, I don't think we need to see it.
Yeah, my stupid question. All right, let's recap 3 in the key. John Tesh, take it away, please. La 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 la.
Okay, because he was struggling, we asked for De'Aaron Fox's shooting numbers yesterday. Dave, you predicted he would go 6 of 15. I said 7 of 12. Chris said 5 of 13. De'Aaron went 11 for 19, a very efficient 30 points for De'Aaron Fox. We asked for the bench leading score.
Wait. Do you remember what the texter texted in with the?
Oh, I don't. I should have written that down. They might have been closer.
I think it was very close to that.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good.
I don't think it was close at all.
You don't like that call?
No, that texter's lame.
Yeah. Let's see. How about bench leading score? Dave, you said Trey Lyles with 12. I said Trey Lyles with 11. Chris said McDermott with 15. It was Keon Ellis with 11.
Oh. Hey, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you just texted me a picture, and when I clicked on the picture, it told me to update your info.
Oh, yeah. It was a prank that I was pulling on Jason that's been quite the prank on me.
Yeah, because it went from Christopher Law to Christopher.
Oh, did it? Yeah, I've been trying to clean up my phone. At least it doesn't say Jose Gonzalez anymore.
Prank didn't work, by the way.
Yeah, he immediately didn't fall for it.
But
it got him in trouble a few times with his family and others.
Oh, but the family's been roasting me.
But now when I'm looking at my texts, I won't show the screen, by the way. It says Christopher Verlaud. That's hilarious. Why don't you change it to like Sir Christopher Verlaud of the Sacramento Verlauds? Meow.
Carmichael David.
That's right. What else happened, Jason, last night?
The other thing is our random stat that we predicted. You said Ben Simmons would get a double-double.
He did in minutes not played.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
I caveated it by saying that he might not play. So let's just all put our pants on.
Actually, he changed it, didn't he?
No, he started with something else, and then I wrote down Simmons.
Wow, what did I say first?
Let's see if I can read. I started with, I don't know.
Didn't I say? Hold on, didn't I say something like Jordy and Doug Christie would get in a brawl at center court?
Yes.
No, and then you had a third one.
What was that?
Because remember, I said the Kings would win by 30, and then Dave said, I'm going to change mine to Simmons is going to hit a game-winning 3 to win the game.
Oh, yeah, because we did too much love for the Kings.
That's right. I said that, and then I said, if that happens, I'm never reverse jinxing again. Funny thing is, I was pretty close on one of them.
Yes. Chris did say Kings win by 30. They won by 14, and I said the Kings would have a wire-to-wire win.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
Sorry, I was looking for my applause. Sorry.
He was the Kings had never trailed until about 40 seconds into the game.
Well,
yeah.
Then from there, so you kind of won.
Not at all.
Not at all. Also,
if you turned the game off 35 seconds in, you would have thought Jason was right.
So I heard there was a really good halftime show there yesterday too. I don't know what it was.
I know they were celebrating Chinese New Year, but I don't know if that's what it was related to that or not.
Well, sometimes those work out, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's your 3 in the key. We'll have another one coming up for the Kings versus Philadelphia. Is that tomorrow?
It is tomorrow.
Oh.
Sixers play tonight, too, so they'll be in a back-to-back.
Couple minutes left in the segment. Tonight, guys, just so you know, well, I say tonight, I should say for us, it's this afternoon and morning. Huddersfield Town hosting Birmingham at the John Smith Stadium. This is what they call a top-of-the-table matchup between two of the teams that were relegated last year from the championship. This is Tom Brady's Birmingham club and our very own Huddersfield Town club. Who you guys got? I mean, you have any thoughts? I mean, this is a big matchup coming up in just a couple hours.
Huddersfield Town's it's still hot, right? Like they're rolling, so I'm riding with them.
Chris,
Birmingham's been kind of in a slump of draw one, win one, draw one, win one. I think they're going to draw tonight.
Looking for a draw. Yeah, it was a very narrow 1-0 Birmingham victory earlier this year, and now Huddersfield Town has those 2 new strikers we were talking about the other day, Deion Charles and Joe Taylor, and I know we were having a really just rambunctious discussion about that, the 3 of us, a while ago. So hopefully,
and Dave, don't worry, City will take care of Leyton Orient in the FA Cup.
Oh, good. Because Leyton Orient actually has been in really good form lately. I'm not joking. Leyton Orient was, I think they were the only team in League One that had won 5 in a row. I don't know how they did last weekend, but they were in good form, Chris. So don't take them lightly. Leyton Orient.
I'm again back to Huddersfield Town. I'm taking Patrick Stewart money.
Chris.
I can't find it. Did someone get rid of it? Oh,
Patrick Stewart money.
There you go.
That's why.
Okay. Well, Sir Pat not able, from what I understand, to make the trip over there tonight, but I know he's there in spirit from his LA abode. We will we'll take a break.
Must be recording for American Dad.
We probably it's probably exactly what's happening. When we come back, last night's game, a tale of 2 halves last night, and also Douglas Dale Christie from post game. Jason's got some sound from him, and we'll get to that next. How about that on Sacktown Sports?
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
How about you try something new this year? A resolution to enjoy what you drive. And the only way to guarantee that is at Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And it's not just because they're centrally located right across from Hagan Oaks Golf Course or their huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. It's because their general manager, Chuck Dean, and this team, they really take the time to get to know you and your goals. To them, it's not just about a car sale. It's about building generational relationships with someone you can trust. That's why people come from all over, Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, it's where a handshake still means something.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Here's a resolution that's easy to keep. Grab the keys to a new Toyota truck and make every day an adventure. Get a low-cost lease on the iconic Tacoma, or get 1.99% APR or $2,000 cash back on the powerful Tundra. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care, 2 years of complimentary scheduled maintenance. Resolve to live it up this year in a new Toyota truck. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit at 2325.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Hey, you. What should we do, Bob? I mentioned Huddersfield Town earlier for the big match against Birmingham. Tonight, they're having an artist named Ellie Sax playing her saxophone. She's played in Ibiza and at F1 events and all that. And she's playing over a techno version of Jack White and the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, which is a trend we're trying to start out there, is the bass line from Seven Nation Army. I think it might catch on at sporting events at some point.
I haven't heard it. Can you describe it?
So
you know how the Italians sing that?
How?
They go po 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 po.
Wait, I feel like you're not joking.
I'm not.
Why are they?
I don't know. That's just how they
why are they wrong?
Why are they calling about the? Why are they talking about cops? What is that?
This one's for the cops.
I still every once in a while play that. Remember that Italian song I played for you guys where the guy tried to make it sound like English?
I love sharing that with people because every time it's like, this is actually a banger.
It really is totally a banger, dude. 100%. So that's happening later today in England, and I was just on the one of the Huddersfield Town message boards, and 9 out of every 10 comments is like, "We don't need saxophone to make us make noise. This is appalling." One of
from London.
One of their terms they use when they don't like something is Jesus wept.
But say it right. Say it how they do it.
How do they? You say it.
Oh, Jesus wept.
Right.
Do you get back in the chat room? Do you have to respond in those chat
Oh,
rooms?
dude, I 100%.
What's your name?
We
know.
It's honestly one guy at one point. Some dude called me. Who's the guy that is okay? Who's the boss in The Simpsons?
Oh, Smithers.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, excuse me.
Yeah, no, some guy called me Smithers because I was like, he was calling me a lackey. so I made that my screen name was Smithers. And then yeah, I mean, come on, dude, I go back. It's a little bit different. Like with Kings fans, like I've born there, raised there, lived there. Like I can yell back and forth with Kings fans, and they're not going to quite anything out here. I have to be really careful, or out there, A, because I work for the team, and B, because they'll be like, "You just showed up a year ago. We've been fans since 1943. Blah blah. You don't know anything. Your crap American football sucks." You know, they think rugby is better than the NFL.
Hello, Smithers.
Hello, Smithers. So yeah, I have to be I have to, but they do not like, it is so different. They do not like if you like how we play the thing that goes defense, they'd be like, that is appalling. We do not need any assistance in making noise. We'll make our own noise. And then we're like, well, why don't they make noise? And they're like, we'll make noise when the players on the pitch give us a reason to make noise. It's like, okay. They abhor it, dude. They playing music after a goal. Nope. Don't do it. Do not do it. Fireworks before a match. No, that's silly. Just win your matches, Jason. That's all they want.
Even on Guy Fawkes Day?
Well, I feel like that's different, but it's on Guy Fawkes Day. Bark, 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 bark. Okay, back to it. Jason, it was a Dickensian evening in Brooklyn, a tale of two halves in this case, as the Kings just they cut down the nets. That's a great turn of phrase you wrote in the notes here. 63-42 in the second half. No, very well done, speaking of Dickens. 63-42. And this was after they trailed by 7. That was right when I turned the game on. They were trailing by 7. And the first half, I did go back and watch it later. The technical term, I think, is poopy. It was just a poopy first half.
Others have offered stunk, sucked, played poorly. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they were not very good in the first half. And it was one of those things, ideally, I think that the blueprint was get ahead early, attack the game, build yourself a nice lead, and cruise into victory. They did the opposite, got behind, chased the game. They were playing an inferior team, and I think they were able to do that with relative ease in the second half. But I don't know if it's concerning. To me, in the end, it's get through it type of game. I don't think this one lingers. I don't think there's any carryover personally to more games ahead. But, they did win. It would have been an awful loss. It's a victory. They needed it. They didn't get a lot of help around them as far as the West goes. But I think the other part, we touched on it briefly, but what do you make of the Kevin Huerter not playing? And I mean, here's my thought on it, Dave, is that the reality is now that everybody is quote unquote healthy. I mean, there was a time when, Fox did miss a couple games, landed and hurt his cheek, his backside. He missed a few. You had Keegan missing a couple. So, those are the games that put Keon into the starting lineup. He started playing really well. It just, you cut down on one of the wing players that makes it easier to play everybody. Now that they're all there, and McDermott had that one pretty solid game in Denver, he's kind of jumped in there minutes-wise. Again, he only played, I think, 6 minutes. But while you're going to play Carter, you have to play Ellis. You're going to play Fox and Monk, and then still DeRozan, even Keegan slides down at sometimes. Someone's going to get pinched here, and I think right now, unfortunately, it's Huerter.
McDermott had 15 points in 11 minutes in that game at Denver. Since then, he has played 16 minutes. He's 0 of 4 with a rebound and a foul. And obviously, it's tough to get into a rhythm. He had that one back-to-back games, even though they were like 8 days apart, he hadn't played, where he played 8 minutes and had that 18 points. That was one of the more fun stretches of the season, to be honest. That was a blast to watch. And then he played 27, much like playing Denver, because he played 27 minutes back on December 17th, was 6 of 9, including 4 of 7 from beyond the arc for 16 points. I tend to agree with what Bobby Gerald said on Twitter. It was either last night or today. He said Kevin Huerter is just a better player than Doug McDermott. There's one thing that Doug McDermott is doing better right now than Kevin Huerter, and that is when he's hitting them, he is capable of heating up and going on an absolute blazer, and we've seen that a couple times. The problem with Doug, no offense, is he does absolutely nothing else. Right. He does nothing else. He does not play defense. He does not rebound. He does not assist. He does not steal. He does what he does, dude. He's a gunner. He's out there to hit threes when he's out there. And I love him. No offense, but I do tend to agree with Bobby. I think despite Huerter's struggles, there are ways he can do other things with his minutes. He's got a lot more tools in his tool bag than Doug McDermott. But I think in the end, I understand what the coaches are doing, though. They're just they've identified that they, on occasion, need more offensive production off the bench more often than not. They definitely need more shooting off the bench, and that's the one thing that Doug can provide.
Yeah, and he did in the Denver game. He's had a couple other splashes of that. I still think Huerter, I agree with that too. I think if given the minutes, he can produce, but I think lately he hasn't been. And it's kind of a numbers game. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they trim McDermott's limited minute. Like, again, last night, what was his final? Yeah, 6 minutes. So those should be Keon, maybe even Carter, still Lyles, but the bench still does need help. I mean, I know this team is built really around their starters, and they're giving them a ton of production. It's a lot like the Knicks. It's very starter heavy, and that's fine. But, you know, they've stayed healthy, knock on wood. It just, you'd like a little bit more relief off that bench for this team.
You have to do it. Look, if I know we've still got a bit, not a lot, but a bit, with the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's 9 days. It's coming. Yeah.
But I will say this. I believe, I actually probably think better of the front office than your average Kings fan. I do believe Monty and company are going to do something. I strongly believe Monty and company are going to do something. But I'll just put it in as a placeholder. You said it's when, February 9th?
Mm-hmm.
If February 10th comes and they haven't done anything of significance, I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay.
I'm just going to lose my mind. It won't be
now,
personal.
Define significance, I guess. That might be the...
I would say anything beyond, look, I don't want cash considerations. I don't want Jordan, no disrespect, but Jordan McLaughlin. I don't want, I'm talking about rotation, preferably somebody who either is going into the starting lineup or is capable of going into the starting lineup, preferably multiple bench rotational players. But if we just end up getting, I don't know, dude, Jack Lawndale, I'm gonna have a really, I mean, honestly, then that just, to me, they're just giving up on the season. If you're giving up on the season, then let De'Aaron get a surgery and let's get a better draft pick.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, again, you got to know what the offers are. I know they're trying. At least, I mean, I can't believe that they're not trying.
No, they are.
Yeah, so it's what's out there, what's best for the team. And it certainly I mean, I'm less in the camp. I don't know that they need a starter. They'll take it if it is the right deal, but they definitely need depth to me. I think they can win at a pretty good level with what they've got with some more bench support, but that's an important move. They can't just be minimized like, oh, all they added was like a 7th and 8th man. Well, that would help. Like if it's two people that play 15, like Keon Ellis type minutes and that type of production at whatever position, that would help this team.
That would help the team 100%. Before we go, we'll get to Doug Christie audio when we get back. Jason, I don't have anywhere else to put this, and I wanted to make sure to bring it up tonight. Can we take a moment and just tip our caps to the Houston Rockets?
Wow, what a 3-game stretch.
I'll put it out here. It's the best 3-game stretch any team will have this season. They beat Cleveland last Thursday at home by a point. They went into Cleveland the very next game Sunday and won by 4, and then followed that up by going into Boston and winning by 2. Like, you got to back a home and away in Cleveland with Cleveland and then follow it up with Boston, 3 East Coast teams. You're a West Coast team. Amen Thompson is ridiculous right now. Like, I mean, you're talking about this guy is trying to, he's 21. He just turned 21 in January. He's already a guy they've got to look at for all defense for sure. He's insane. It's like who's the other guy I love? Dyson Daniels with Atlanta. You've got this new breed of these uber athletic, defensive minded studs, and I love this kid.
So when the Rockets were just here talking to some of the Rockets people, they're like, Jabari Smith was out, and they said, you know what? Honestly, we're better with Amen Thompson. I'm like, really? And they said, watch, he can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
And then once he gets his offense, like, he doesn't have a shot. He drives, he's an attacker, and there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't really have a jumper yet. If he gets that, man, he's got a bright future. Here's how that ended last night, by the way.
To Amen Thompson, down the lane, Euro step for the win. He got it with 7/10 of a second. He hit the 5-footer. Gathering, Pritchard launches to end the game. It's so good off the top of the backboard, and the Rockets win it. in Boston.
Wow.
And for the Kings, Dave, to have beaten them twice. I mean,
Yeah.
right now, they've got the third best record in the league, and the Kings have beaten them twice now. So that's pretty good.
I know we got to take a break. I'll just say as we go to break, oh my goodness. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm not looking forward to Sunday, March 2nd, when the Kings go into Houston for the first time. I got a feeling they're going to have all kinds of revenge on their mind. And Kings are going to have a job to do. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Doug Christie, amongst others, for the post-game wrap-up. And let's take a little standings watch check-in as well. We'll do all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Hey, Sacramento, it's time to party. Join us for the ultimate big game watch party at Mix Downtown, hosted by Sacktown Sports on Sunday, February 9th. Feast on Mix's all-you-can-eat taco and nacho bar and big game bites while watching the biggest football game of the year. Catch all the action on Mix's large projection screens and HD TVs. Doors open at 2 p.m. Kickoff is at 3. Mix Downtown, located at 16th and L Streets in Sacramento. It's 21 and over, so bring your crew and let's make it a game day to remember. For details, visit mixdowntown.net.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Oh, about
Is
45.
going to launch. Will he score it? You bet he does. There's a 2020 game for Domantas Sabonis. He had a triple-double at Madison Square Garden. He's got his third 2020 game of the year. It's 47 seconds to go. Kings now lead 110-93.
Apologies, G-Man, for stepping on you. That is the great Gary Gerald, as we welcome you in. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Verlaud. About 45 minutes left. Alan Stiles will join us at 9:43, and we'll said something about De'Aaron Fox and the fan base yesterday too. I forget where he's coming down. We'll refresh that and set him up for his 4 hours. Russell asks, trade Fox for Jimmy Butler straight up. Who says no? Me and anybody whose head is on straight. That's actually a really good barometer as to who you're dealing with. Today's project for all of you out there is go to any Kings fans you know and say, hey, would you trade De'Aaron Fox for Jimmy Butler straight up? And if they say yes, shake their hand, say goodbye, and never talk to them again.
Yeah, I mean,
just going to be bad news with me talking to my mom after that.
Your mom wants to trade Fox for Jimmy Butler.
She's a big Butler fan.
Ask her today, though.
Yeah, ask her today and remind her about how old Jimmy Butler is and what his contract situation is, please.
I'll let her know.
Like, he's not, excuse me, I was a Jimmy Butler stan back in the day. I preached on this very radio station about how Jimmy Butler would either be the absolute best player in the NBA for a team like the Kings or the worst. But he's older. And I look, I'll just say the thing, and I don't mean any, this is going to sound like I'm taking shots at the Kings, and I'm not. If you really look at the logic of what I'm saying, you can't argue it. If Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat can't handle Jimmy Butler, what in God's name makes you think this franchise could handle Jimmy Butler? I'm sorry, Miami, the city, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley versus Sacramento. What possibly makes you think that would work? Chris's mom. Calling her out.
He's asking. We'll find out.
We'll find good. He's asking questions, getting answers, much like the media did last night with Kings head coach Doug Christie. Jason, I believe you have some audio for us.
I do. Yeah, let's hear Doug kind of asked about where this team is with that game yesterday and trying to get closer to crystallizing what they want as an identity for the squad.
We got out of here with a W, and we continue to build and solidify our identity, and that's the most important thing. Winning is everything, but us solidifying who we are on a night-to-night basis, so we know what we're going to an arena with is paramount for us.
Knowing Doug too, Dave, I went back to that. Friday you missed. So it was after the Denver game. And Denver game, they had this, incredible comeback late in the fourth quarter. He never really thought they were going to win, but it made it really interesting. Coach Malone had to bring in the starters back and really pushed them. But that's kind of the identity thing I think Doug is talking about, to me, at least the way I internalized it. Doug just wants a standard of compete. And if you consistently do it, like Denver played great. Denver beat the Kings fair and square. They were the better team that day. Maybe the schedule loss, all that stuff. But the Kings were cooked. And they got to the fourth quarter, and it wasn't we're not backing down. And they just kept going. And I think the more you do that, the more you consistently strive for excellence by quarter, by half, by game. You're not always going to land there. That's obvious. But I think that's the identity he's talking about. Like, you have to always have your best attempt at bringing it. Even if shots miss, the other team's hot, you maybe just don't have it. You just got to go for that. And I think that's what that's what his attempt is there.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think if you broke down the basics of Doug Christie, it would be everything you just said, and I think that's first and foremost. It would be, we take care of our home court. If we're going to lose, you're going to be bloody too, and let's simplify roles. Let's simplify the offense. Let's simplify everybody's role. Let's be a lot more. And Jason, I don't know the specifics of this. I don't think you do either. We're not traveling with the team, but I'll just bet that he's also probably simplified some off-court things, the little things that matter to athletes when they travel, the walkthroughs and what they are, even meal times, things like that. I'll bet you there's been some other tweaks we don't even know about.
Well, and that's kind of the beauty, the hidden beauty of being an assistant coach. If a player had an issue with Mike Brown, and I think by and large most people liked Mike Brown, the Kings liked Mike Brown. He was great here, but they did make the change. But there's always going to be a player or two. When you're an assistant, Dave, that's kind of like the guys they vent to. And so when an assistant gets upgraded to head coach, now Doug has heard that from whatever player, whatever even thing he internalized, going, you know what, maybe these shoot-arounds are a little long, or I would do this different. Maybe I'd have film at this time as opposed to this time. Well, now he can incorporate that. And maybe, again, some of those things are landing a little bit better now. And look, 11-4 and winning some more under Doug, that's probably making everybody happy.
I think so, too. 11-4 is what speaks to it, especially when you consider this team had lost, 6 in a row prior? So,
yeah.
We got more on.
Yeah, a little more from Doug. Let's hear him talk about, look, we saw a good game from De'Aaron as far as efficiency, and really it was about his aggressiveness, and that's what caught Doug's attention.
I think more than anything, like when you get that aggressive fox, it's a special sight to behold. He can get downhill when he wants. He's got the floater. All of a sudden, the three ball starts to fall. He gets to the free throw line. All those things, they add up. And I think even defensively, when he's engaged like that physical presence, and he's a load to deal with. And I was really happy to see it.
Something I saw too last night, we've heard a lot of the stuff that's gone on with Fox here lately. I did see some say, Dave, 30 points, but his plus minus was 0. And that factually, that's true. And people utilize plus minus the way they want, and that's fine. But literally, it was the minutes Fox was on the floor. They weren't any better than the Nets or any worse. The problem with that stat last night, at least, was De'Aaron got put in a spot, and it kind of is a testament to the roster again. He was playing a lot with McDermott, with Len, with Lyle, like that, the bench unit, which was subpar again, and he got just sabotaged by that basically because De'Aaron at the half, the team was losing by 7 at the half, and De'Aaron was minus 12. Well, that group that was off the bench, minus 16, minus 14, minus 11, every other starter was positive. So De'Aaron was with the group that isn't carrying their weight right now. And then as the rest of the game went along, obviously he trimmed that number from minus 12 to 0. The bench numbers didn't really change much as far as the negatives. The starters all went great because they had a big second half. So it's a little bit misleading from last night.
I love stats, and we go over all kinds of stats all the time. Plus minus, we've said before, is very finicky, but we'll do value over replacement player and defensive win shares and on and on and on, because think of stats like the sprinkles on the Sunday. They will augment the contextualization of the game, but you can't just look especially at a plus minus, and you have to have context there. And you beautifully just now broke down. Yeah, he was at a 0 compared to the rest of the starters, but who was he playing with? And what people need to remember is you are only 20% of the lineup on the floor at any time. You have 4 other players you're playing with. So De'Aaron Fox could conceivably be doing amazingly. And if the other 4 guys aren't pulling their weight, it's going to bring his plus minus down. Conversely, Nikola Jokic isn't as bad a defender as people make him out to be, much like Domantas Sabonis, but he's not a great defender. And I used to mess with Nick Cattles all the time about this, talking Jokic versus Tatum. What people would, the problem is,
you'd always take that very lightly too.
Very, very lightly. I would throw at him like at one point, his defensive rating was better than Jason Tatum's, and I had fun with him on it. But the reality of the situation is that your defensive rating is largely based on how the team does defensively when you're on the floor. What it doesn't factor in is that you could be a sieve on defense or just average on defense. But if you're surrounded by the Bruce Browns and the Kentavious Caldwell Popes and Michael Porter Jr.'s and other guys and Aaron Gordon's that play solid defense under a Mike Malone system, it can really bring your number up to a level that's not necessarily consistent with how you're. In other words, if you'd have put Jokic on the Kings, it doesn't mean he's all of a sudden a worse defender when his defensive win shares tank. It's because they're not a good defensive team around him, or at least at the time a couple years ago. So, yeah, the plus minus thing, I hear that. Or what was it, Tom Haberstroh and I forget who the other guy was a couple weeks ago. We're talking about how the net rating of the Kings is this, and this with De'Aaron off the floor. Yeah, but you're not telling me who they're playing against. You're not telling me what rotation De'Aaron is in. You're not telling me the fact that they're actually putting him in a lesser offensive rotation most of the time, even though they want either Fox or Sabonis on the floor at all times. Sabonis is generally getting the better surrounding characters around him. You have to contextualize those numbers.
Yeah, for sure. One more thing here, Dave, too, from Doug Christie on Fox about him playing through these injuries.
I think it's for Fox. I really love him for that, because it's a sign of maturity and leadership. Being in this league for many years, no one's completely healthy, so you're trying to find your way. There's a difference between being hurt and being injured, and him just continuing to work through bumps and bruises is like super huge. And I think his teammates recognize that. I know, and I hope that he understands that I do, because that is big time leadership. There'll be nights where he's feeling more like this, and then there'll be nights where he's feeling more like dropping 13 assists.
Which he did in that run of that poor shooting a couple games ago. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad he had that game. But the thing about all this, I don't think any of it really doesn't seemingly bother Fox, just the noise of people talking about him.
I don't think it does. I mean, I don't know that he necessarily doesn't pay any attention to it, but it's a very loud minority, and that is the toughest thing to separate on social media or message boards or whatever. But generally, the minority on social media or on message boards, they're going to be far louder than the vast general majority. And we by the way, we learned that. Remember, what was it, a week or two ago? We had all this Fox hate going on in the chat room, and somebody said, "Dude, put a poll up. Should we trade him? Should we trade him? Should we trade?" And so we put it up on this very chat that was flooded with Fox hate, and it was like 70-30 against. Again, it's there's a difference between the loud ones and the majority, and usually the correct ones. We'll take a break. When we return, final half hour of the program, we'll get into what to watch. Also, we have the slam dunk participants as well. We'll talk about that. And then crosstalk with Alan Stiles joining us next.
Kevin Huerter plays here.
It's Huerter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Huerter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
This year, resolve to save on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy with $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on over 30 new half-ton Silverado LT and RST after rebates. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available in special financing, lease, and some other offers. Based on 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Welcome back, Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lott, and all of you as we take you all the way up till 10 a.m. Hey, Jason, remember when we used to get off at 9?
I do.
Oh, that was
Glory
cool.
Days.
We go back to that this summer.
How about 8?
You know, I've been trying to push for years that we get a big title sponsor. And we just replay the 50 best Kings games at every Kings win. So if they win 45 this year or 44, we play 44 Kings games in their entirety during the 6 to 10 a.m. hour. And I've said before, look, sell a bunch of advertising to that. You and I could pop in. Hey, it's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross here listening to the best of the Sacramento Kings. And then off to the G-Man. We pay for the content.
Who says no?
Yeah, who says exactly, Chris? Who says no?
Not even one-armed Gavin.
No, one-armed Gavin is all for it.
Look, he's saying yes.
See? Thank you, OAG.
Would you, if we always had the 4-hour show, would you prefer, what if it was 5 to 9? So you have to start an hour earlier, but you'd be done an hour earlier. Or is that still bad? If you went that way, 4 to 8.
I have to get here at 3. I don't like this one.
Yeah.
I think I would just come right from Kings games. Just stay here.
I will say this. I think of everybody on this show, I would mind it the least. That's my
guess. Stay up.
No, I just get up a little bit, but I don't have Kings games to call at night. I can watch them from my butt at home, and I'm not, a suit like Chris and have to manage all day. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it would affect me. Plus I already get up early anyways for all the England crap I do. So I'd be fine. 5 to 9. I'm trying to think of a negative to that other than that 5 to 6. I think the blah would just go from 5 to 6.
Yeah. I think the 5 to 9, wasn't that the Rise Guys initial
Yes.
time?
Yeah. And back when I did Don Geronimo's show, it would go 5:30 to 10, I think. And 5:30 to 6 was like a combination of you would compile best ofs from the day before and also like comedy bits and classic clips and all that. One of the producers, because they literally at one point that show, I remember counting, had 11 members of the show. 11.
Just like we do now for all of our shows.
Well, they had 11, we have 3.
Yeah.
But each one of us work like 2 people, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. 2, a little over 2. What to watch tonight? Kings at Philly tomorrow. Jason, you mentioned it. So a little scouting tonight as the LA Lakers visit Philadelphia to take on the Sixers. So at least they'll be on the second night of a back-to-back. Kings probably, I'm guessing, are in Philly right now. Cheese staking.
Possibly.
Liberty belling.
Yep.
What is that market we went to in Philadelphia? Oh my goodness. It was like this giant indoor massive, the Reading Terminal Market, or is it Reading? I never know. Reading. Jason, have you ever been to the Terminal Market in Philly?
I don't think so. I've been to Philly, but that's not ringing a bell. No.
Holy crap.
When I went to, there's one in Columbus and one in Cincinnati I've been to, and it's one of those things of, how is that not here?
Like, where it's basically, all right, think about an indoor building the size of a Costco, and all that's in it is place to eat after place to eat. They're very small setups. Like, think about each one of them is about, some of them are bigger than others, but each one of them is basically set up almost like the size of a food truck, but it's indoors. And it's just, oh, hey, I want some Ukrainian or Polish pierogies over here. I want this French, croissant place here. Oh, here's cheesesteak made for you, fresh. On and on and on. So you just
Belgian
like,
waffle. Why not?
Why in the heck not? And it took us longer, guys. Obviously we're tourists, but it took us longer to decide where to eat than it took us to eat. How about that?
Just because too many choice overload.
Yes, because it's almost like when you before the days of the guide, when you would just go through on your remote control and you'd play King of the Hill for TV shows. That's what I would do. Like, I'd flip through, I'd be like, oh, Night Court, you're the winner right now. Click, 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 click. Oh, here's a movie I like. Okay, you're the winner now. You didn't want to land on anything because you were afraid that you would miss something better. It's the same thing. There's just so much damn food. Sorry, I'm kind of vamping right now because I really honestly want to ask you, and then I'll move on. I want to tell you how many restaurants are in the Reading Terminal Market, and Jason, I'm telling you, dude, seriously, there's like 50. Like, I'm not, and I might be understating it. So anybody, if you ever have an opportunity to go to Philadelphia, go to the Reading Outdoor Market. And by the way, I would suggest get yourself some cheese. That's what
you can.
Because you can. What else is going on? Rockets at Hawks. That'd be funny if Rockets lost to the Hawks.
I know, after what they've just gone through. Sure.
Yeah. You beat Cleveland, then you beat them on the road, then you beat Boston on the road, and you just lost to the Hawks. That's tonight. That's in Atlanta. And then the Jazz at the Warriors. Let's go, Utah.
Yeah, Kings haven't, they won yesterday, but didn't really, everybody around them won. The teams they gained on were way up the ladder, like the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Grizzlies.
Well,
the T-Wolves, Suns, Mavs all won.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I said there was like 50 restaurants. Excuse me. There's over 400 merchants and restaurants in the Reading terminal market.
So close.
Yeah, the Cincinnati one only has 140.
Yeah, and it's all like chili and spaghetti.
Yum.
Right?
And beer.
And well, yeah, okay. I guess that's fine. One more note, by the way. The slam dunk contest is now finalized. Stephon Castle, Matas Buzelis, Andre Jackson Jr., and Mac McClung looking to be the first 3-time winner of the dunk contest. Jason, will you be watching it all?
Most likely. Yeah. I mean, it's not appointment TV, but I'm assuming it's the All-Star weekend. If I don't have anything going on, certainly I'll have it on. I'm not an anti-dunk contest or anti-All-Star weekend, but also I don't have to see it. So it's one, to me, if I miss, I know the best dunks will be posted on social media.
I'm trying to think if this works right. I watch the slam dunk contest now like I watch some of my kids' events. Like,
checked out?
No, it's like
looking for snacks.
I kind of do it partially because it's like a duty. Like I need to. I'm their dad. I need to go. I may not be into it, but it's my kids. And also I'm going to be sad if it ever, when it eventually goes away. And then every once in a while, it's like actually a really great moment and surprisingly incredibly entertaining. And I'm tickled pink by it. But a lot of times I just watch it out of like an homage to the fact that I've watched pretty much every single slam dunk contest over the last 30 back to Jordan and Dominique.
Sure.
You just got, it's like, what else is on? Nothing. Okay, I'm not sitting there the night before not being able to sleep because of the slam dunk contest the next day.
Yeah, if it was competing with other more intriguing things, other sporting events, if there was a football game on, if there was, live NBA games besides also, which wouldn't happen. But yeah, I'd probably watch something else. But it is there. And every once in a while, look, the dunk contest, I would say for the better part of the last 10 years hasn't been great, but we've also had some of the best ones. I mean, that Levine Gordon twice run through was as good as it gets. So you don't know. I don't love this setup. I mean, do any of the names move you at all?
No,
yeah,
they don't at all. Like
if Malik Monk was in it, how crazy would we be going for it?
How is Malik Monk? Who is it? Shaden Sharp has, I think, the 3 highest vertical jump dunks in the NBA this year. Malik Monk has the 4th. How is he not? How is either of them not in the dunk contest?
Maybe Malik doesn't want to do it. He's been in it before.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he did. Well, yeah, but he's a different person now, Jason.
Yeah, he's a pizza guy.
He's different. Way different. Alan Stiles is at the door. He's ready to come in. We'll do a little crosstalk with him and wrap up the show. We'll do that right after this.
Wednesday night, Kings and 76ers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3. Tip-off at 4:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Applebee's, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
reeling in the refund.
Limited Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With over 500 new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HRV, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I've had my all-electric SUV for a little more than a year, and I continue to love it day after day. In fact, me and my daughter, we were just on vacation not too long ago, and we rented a car while we were on the trip, and my daughter said, Dad, I like your car better. I turned to her and said, honey, you know what? I like it better as well, and I couldn't wait to get back home to my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. You know, at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they are more than just a dealership. They're a partner you can trust throughout the entire ownership of your luxury vehicle. Whether it's a refined C-Class or versatile SUV lineup, your perfect Mercedes-Benz is there waiting for you. Plus, right now, you can enjoy 3.24% APR for up to 72 months on certified pre-owned models on approved credit. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is your trusted partner in luxury and reliability, and they've been doing it for more than 30 years. So head on down right now to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Dave.
Somebody asked me to ask you about your boxing workout. Ring a bell?
How'd they find it? Who told you that?
Streets.
The streets, dude.
Yes, I did a boxing workout this weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Was it boxer size?
I guess, yeah. It was just an intro class, and then I have a couple more classes. I got a pack for Christmas.
Man,
so,
you should have told me. I got a cousin that's a world-renowned boxer that's training now.
I don't think I'm ready for that.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
You're not ready for it?
Not yet, but, come test these hands,
fight
right?
doctor.
Yeah. The punch doctor.
Yes.
At any point, is there any sort of cadence that goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4? Don't forget to breathe. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
Not forget to breathe, but basically, yeah, for the intro class, you learned how to wrap your hands. So I know how to do that. I think I remember. And the whole
boring.
The whole thing is whatever your dominant hand is, those are even numbers, right? So when you're boxing and you'll hear them say a combination 1, 2, 1, 1.
Awesome. It's a math class.
That would be your right. Well, for me, my right hand, my left hand, and then 2 rights because that's my offhand. So
and do you pay for this?
It was paid for.
It was paid for.
It was a gift. Yeah.
Oh, it was a gift.
I'll tell you this much. I was at the beginning, I'm thinking, okay, 30 minutes in, and we did bag work for the second time, and yeah, once we did bag work,
pretty good workout.
I was starting to burn a little bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good lather.
Honest to God, no joke. And I'm not the workout Joe you are, but probably 2 of the toughest workouts I've ever had in my life is jiu-jitsu and any form of boxing heavy bag work.
Yeah.
That's no joke, dude. Like, honestly.
It really isn't. And then at the end, we did liners, back in the day when you run to one side and the other.
No. Is that where you're like, hey, it's Alan Styles. Don't forget to tune in from 10 to 2.
I was doing that as I was dusting them. The kids still got it. Still got it.
Okay.
Quick burst.
Quick burst, man.
Were you good in the shuttle run?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You also tweeted something last night. I was gonna ask you about it on Twitter, but I didn't want to mix it up. Where you said the Fox discourse is going to get crazy or something like that.
It's already crazy.
It is.
I mean, I was just talking to Jason about this during the break. A couple bad games. I mean, look, I just want to. I know this isn't how fandom works, and we don't police fandom, but I just want to live in a world where, yeah, guys, he wasn't playing very well. So I'm not saying he should have been shipped off. But you're choosing, I mean, Dave, you saw it too. I'm just scrolling and it's, where are the Fox haters now? We're victory lapping a Nets game? He's better than that. He deserves better than to be victory lapped because of a Nets game where they're missing 50% of their production. Give me a break.
Totally. I totally agree. As a matter of fact, you tell me if this qualifies or not, because I certainly don't think so. I said at last night after he scored 30, I tweeted out, tough watching De'Aaron Fox hurt this team so much out there.
I would count that, Dave.
You count that?
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Yeah, I would count that. You're part of my tweets that I saw. I'm sorry.
I figured. Let me be nuanced so we can get to celebrity birthdays. He's playing hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And people out there that are wanting to trade De'Aaron Fox for a bag of Doritos or saying this is a better team without De'Aaron Fox can shampoo my butt.
Yeah. I think that is wanting him out is a ridiculous take. Sitting there and saying, hey, brother, you took 20 shots and you're hurt, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Not a ridiculous take to me.
Well,
that was my take against the Nuggets and the Knicks.
Just shampoo or shampoo and conditioning?
Oh,
how long do you leave it?
Conditioner's better. It makes the butt silky and smooth. All right, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Sure, they're glad they paid for that. Nothing says family and friends and all that fun stuff more than Crumble Cookies.
Happy birthday today to Greg Popovich.
Hey, Pop. Hope you're well. Pop. Hope you're back soon. Greg Popovich is
I'm sorry, I mispronounced it.
Yeah, is that Italian? It's he's a 68.
He's 76.
73.
We have a correct answer, and it belongs to Alan Styles. He's on it already.
I'm a Boy Scout. It came up on my tongue.
You're a Boy Scout, so you tell us after you cheated.
I wanted the W.
It's about getting wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's next? Happy birthday to Andre Iguodala.
Gonna retire his jersey. You saw that?
Saw that.
Cubs or the Sixers? Or the
I'm not
Nuggets?
a big Warriors fan, so I didn't know that.
You're such a douchebag, Chris.
He was proud of that one.
He should be. That it's just such a sly D-bag move. Andre is he 40 today?
He might be older. He played for a while. I'm gonna say, yeah, Dave might be right. I'm gonna say 41.
39.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Styles.
I did not see that one.
I know you're a Warriors fan.
I promise.
You just know that.
That's 2 in a row.
Come on, baby.
Let's see if he can do 3 in a row. Happy birthday to, from my own family, Rick Ross.
Rick
It's
Ross.
burning my chest. Rose.
Is he's the bigger guy, right?
All right, man.
With the beard? Not, yeah.
He's got a party beard for sure.
No, sir.
Bose.
He was on. He did the "All I Do Is Win" song, right?
Yes.
I think he was on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Ross is 46.
44.
47.
The streak is over.
Oh.
No correct answers. Chris Verlaud is closest, 49. Rick Ross. Happy birthday to Dante Culpepper.
Ah.
Former Sacramento gold miner quarterback.
Mountain Lion.
Dontavius Culpepper is 48.
I always joke with Whitey about this when I would go to bat and how, because I'm black, people would see me and lead off, right? They'd say, a lot of speed here, but to be fair, when I'd be playing Madden, I would press the R2 with Dante Culpepper. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? I can do it, but if you guys do it,
yeah,
it's a problem. What did you say, Dave? What did you say, Dave?
We're all laughing uncomfortably.
Dante is 52.
Yeah, what was your guess, Dave? I forgot. Did you say
48? I think 48, yeah.
I'll say big 5-0.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave. Dante Culpepper is 48.
Look at me.
Well, he was on the sidelines all the time. That makes sense.
Yeah, Dave was close.
How old are you, Dante?
Right next to him. What did you call the upright?
Field goal poles.
A field goal poles.
I was nervous.
Yeah. Well,
I
happy
just talked to
birthday.
Denzel.
Yes. Happy birthday to Mark Madsen.
He's actually, weirdly enough, Mark, you think he'd be older. He's not. Mark Madsen's 45.
He is older, 47.
46.
Allen's closest, 49 for Mark Madsen.
Whoa!
Wow.
Happy birthday to Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard.
He is 27.
Sixth man of the year coming up. I have no clue. 28.
26.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave, 27.
Thank you.
Big Celtics
Thank
fan.
you.
Happy birthday to local guy, good player too, Jermaine Dye.
Ah.
Hey.
College.
Jermaine Dye is 52.
50 on the nose.
He is 48.
We have a tie between Dave and Allen, 51. Jermaine Dye.
Oh, young. More like Jermaine alive.
And the last one, former Chicago White Sox. Yeah, Maglio Ordonez. Maybe Tiger?
That's a great name.
Yeah,
Maglio Ordonez is one of those like underrated, everyone
was good.
forgot him guys.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be in that Nomar A-Rod trade.
Yeah. Maglio. Maglio Ordonez is 54.
Maglio.
Had some great years.
52.
49.
Allen's closest. He is just like Jermaine Dye, 51. There you go. What's
coming up today on the program?
Going over Kings Nets. Kings get back on the winning side of things. And at 11:30, we preview a new segment, In Style, Out of Style. You don't want to miss that.
Dude, that's crazy because it's also kind of like your last name.
That's right.
Well done. Alan Styles is going to box his way through the next 4 hours of radio programming. Thanks to everybody who joined us, Sean Salisbury. And well, that was about it. For Chris, for Jason, I'm Carmichael Dave. We'll see you tomorrow. The beam is lit. Alan is next. Bye.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sac